Picking up bad habits, furnishing my studio how I like, spending the day and staying out all night. And I'm bored of being bored, craving something more. Broke as hell, heaven is a setting I haven't been. Traveling, taking in serotonin shots, I got to try everything. Falling in love on a rooftop, soul searching, and it don't
stop.
Friends with a deep conversation, sharing our secrets, cutting my hair. Learning a foreign language, como se dice, take me there. I wanna go far away where nobody knows my name. Nothing to prove, nothing to lose, starting over, starting new anywhere but here. Swear to God, these people keep testing me. One way ticket to LA, Mumbai, Guantanamo Bay, Santorini, Saint-Tropez, Amazon, Appalachian, Bermuda, Beijing, Boston. Give me a movie cliche. I wanna go far away where nobody knows my name. Nothing to prove, nothing to lose, starting over, starting new anywhere. I wanna go far away where nobody knows my name. Nothing to prove, nothing to lose, starting over, starting new anywhere but here. Anywhere but here.
Talk to me, talk to me. Talk to me, talk to me. Looks like we're making up for lost time. Need you to spell it out for me. Bossa Nova on all night. It's like a type of alchemy. Introduce me to your best friend. I can come and slide right in. A satellite ain't even that far. I kinda wonder where you are. Already know I can leave it alone. You're on my mind. Already gave you the time and the place, so don't be shy. Just come be the man I need. Tell me you got something to give. I want it. I kinda like it when you call me wonderful. Whatever the type of talk it is, come on then. I gotta know you're meant to be the man I need. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Be the man that I need, baby. Talk to me, be the man that I need, need. Talk to me, be the man that I need, baby. Talk to me, be the man. I'd like to think you feel the same way, but I can't tell with you sometimes. So baby, let's get on the same page.
Hello,
Stop
y'all.
making me read between
Hello,
the
hello.
lines. Already know
Hi,
I
friends.
can leave
I'm
it
here.
alone. You're on my mind.
Hello.
Already gave
Just light it a
you
little
the
bit.
time and the
Hi,
place.
hi, friends. No, for Rimshire. I saw that. I saw your tweet. Yeah, the Discord sometimes it does it automatically, so it might go off in a minute. It might take a few minutes for it to go off. Hello, y'all. I did live after the ice cream. Girl, I almost died. Hello. I almost died yesterday. Hello. Good afternoon. How are we? Guys, I had therapy earlier, so that's why we're late. I posted in the Discord, though. Are you drinking nice iced coffee? No, I'm not drinking iced coffee. I'm drinking a lemonade. It's a lemonade, everybody. Please, I'm off coffee now. Hello, friends. Welcome in. Great show therapy. I love it. What kind of ice cream sandwich was it? It was like one with a cookie and it's like 2 cookies. I don't even know. I got the dollar store. It is a Dunkin' cup. Shockingly chocolatey. Dunkin' Donuts does sell more than coffee. It does sell more than coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is not, they don't just sell coffee. I know, crazy enough. Hello, y'all. Welcome in. Hello. Yes, I think the ping just went off in the Discord. Just went off. But welcome on in. Hello. Asian, thank you for the first sub of the day. But yeah, we're gonna do a little later evening stream, baddies. Dollar store ice cream's gonna take you out. Yeah, it's half green tea, half lemonade. I love it. They would say it's true. It's half green tea, half lemonade. It's tart, it's sweet, it's perfect. I love it. So it's always my little treat. Was therapy good? It was great. I had a great therapy session. It was lovely. It wasn't my med consult's tomorrow, but we were kind of like talking a little bit about my family history stuff in my med stuff today, because we're still like getting to know each other a little bit, so yeah, but yes, here we are. Oh my gosh, happy day, happy Thursday. It is a Thursday, my God. We're alive, we're here. I think we're playing Pokopia today, guys. I know, shocking as it is. I think we're doing Pokopia today. I think we're gonna do that. I was like, you know what? I want to do something fun. That I know we're gonna have a good time with. So I was like, you know what? Maybe we'll do that. I also thought about doing. I love that, Meredith. I also did think about that retro rewind game that you guys have been telling me about too. I also thought about that game as well. So I was like, I was torn between the two. How tall are you? I saw a video of you. I'm 6'2". 6'2". So adorable, like you. I know. Period. Or 6'1.5". Except for yeah, I know, me too. Wow. I was able to see how that game plays for the retro game one. It's like I was watching somebody play it just a little bit earlier today, so I could like see if I wanted to play it. It looks kind of just basically like most other simulator games, I think. It is what it kind of looked like. Hi, Jerry Puffs. How are you? Hi, Sarah. It looked mostly like other simulator games, unless I'm like missing something. Watering the plants, yeah. It looked very similar to the rest of the simulator games I've seen in the past. So I was like, I don't know. Like, for the nostalgia factor, see, the T is for me. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm not too old. I'm too young. I never had a VHS. Hi, Sassy. How are you? Good to see you. I never did I was out of the VHS era. I was born like CDs. So anyways, I thought either about that game or Pokopia, but I was like, you know what? I really have not played Pokopia much at all lately. So I was like, maybe we try and get back into Pokopia, just me getting addicted to it again. And we try and build, I don't know what we're going to do in Pokopia today. I feel like we should build something, or like, I don't even know. I'm like, we're going to have to see what we're going to do if we do anything. So I had VHS with DVD was popping. What did you? That's so funny. But your Aura ring, have you been wearing? I wear. It doesn't have to be on a specific hand. No, it can be on either hand. They recommend wearing it on your pointer finger though. You were that much younger than me. I still have my old VHS. Yeah, I mean, again, it's like I was just at the cusp of getting off of the VHS stuff, you know. I mean, I remember them existing, but I was like when I was growing up, VHS CD was the thing that I had growing up, not VHS. I feel like they were phased out by the time I was old enough to, like, I don't know, use them. Hi, Moonlight, how are you? You know what I mean? Use them, I guess. So I think that was the tea with that, or for me at least. As I just didn't do that. Hi, it was good, which it was very, very good. Thank you for asking. Real, were you? No, I never had the Blockbuster. The what I remember is the Netflix rental, like kiosks. That's what I remember. I never went to a Blockbuster. Was that was called Redbox? Yeah. They had them at my grocery store. So we'd go and we'd rent a CD movie for the weekend that's what Netflix used to be, that you rented stuff and they mailed you a CD, or you would go and find one at like their kiosk system. It wasn't that you got videos on demand. Netflix did not used to be that. So that's kind of funny. Early Netflix days. Early days. Yeah. We used to get in the mail, and I remember we forgot to mail one back, and I think we owed like $50 or something, and my mom was pissed. My mom was pissed. Yeah, Gamefly too. Yeah, she was pissed. She was so mad because we forgot to mail one back when I was a kid, and it ended up being like $50 or something for one of them. Yeah, we had it. I mean, it was a long time that we had that DVD. Long ass time. Those movie rental fees were no joke. They weren't. They were no joke. They were no joke. $50 back in the day, I was like, I know. Yeah. It's like, you know, I probably wasn't 50. It's probably less than that. I'm probably over exaggerating it, but at the time, I think it was like around that, or at least $30. It was enough where my mom was very angry about it, you know. Very, very angry about it. But yeah, I was thinking we might play Pokopia today. That's what I think we're gonna do. I don't know. I just was like, you know what? Maybe we'll just do that today. I don't know. Maybe we'll vibe in some Pokopia. We'll go a little bit later today, obviously, because I was not live, you know, at our normal time. But that's sort of my plan, I think. And then I don't know. Or we'll play that other game too. I did see the Toy Story stuff. Yeah. To be honest, I'm actually like meh about that collab. They're not it's like one good character. It's only Buzz. I'm like, okay, literally none of the other good characters are in the selection. You know what? I'm like, that's just, but you know what? That's how every goddamn collab on Fortnite is. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's crazy. You put your first out on Minecraft yesterday? I love that. Yeah, I thought about playing Minecraft, but because we're like later today, I was like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll vibe and thrive. But where's Fitty's? Exactly. Like, it's so weird. Yeah, I think the Buzz skin is fine, but I just feel like it's weird. Like, I don't know, like Bo Peep. I don't. Anyways, just too many collabs. You guys know the drill. You know the drill. Was there a sidekick? Yeah, there is. It's one of the aliens. I think is one of the sidekicks. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the alien too. Yeah, I probably won't get it, but because they just keep flooding them. But. So yeah, that's my plan for today, guys. And we're just gonna have a chill afternoon. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Sassy, I think so. I don't know what we're gonna do yet in Pokopia. You guys are gonna have to help me decide. I thought like maybe we could try and do. Oh my god, I'm sweating already. What are your thoughts on that Perry skin? It's weird as shit. I'm like trying to decide what we want to do in Pokopia if we play Pokopia. I have it all set though, so I'm like. No ice cream today. I got rid of that ice cream. I had like 5 of them and I tossed them out. I was like, I am not doing this to myself again. Take you shopping with me, Betty. I love that. So yeah. Anyways, that's the tea. That's the shade. I think. Old Disney movies and having an old DVD player or the portable one. Yeah. Should we open up Pokopia and see how we feel, and then we'll start on TikTok and do our thing? I don't know. I feel like that's what I just want to like dive in, y'all, and play some game. I just want to like do it. Yeah. Y'all, are we feeling the vibe, Mr. Krabs? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. We're about to dive. We're diving right in. Why not? No, I don't have them, Robo. There are so many Pokemon I actually do not have. We almost did Jerry Puffs. I did not. No, I got to the bathroom in time. Don't worry, y'all. Don't you worry. Okay, Slay. It's Slay. I feel like it's been so long since I've even touched Pokopia. Like, it's been ages. It's been ages that I don't even know what I want to do. Hi, KXY. How are you? Ooh, it's raining. Like, we have this little area, which is so cute. And then I haven't done anything else other than this little area. I'll be real. I've never seen this, Hannah. It's kind of like if Animal Crossing met the Pokemon world, but with more to do. Yeah, we're gonna go live on TikTok. Yes, we are. We are gonna go live on TikTok. So your guys' support there will mean a lot to me. Also, I wanted to update you guys on where we're at. We are at 93K on TikTok for the month. To update you for those who are curious about that. Is there a way to link the chest to a crafting area? Kit Kat, yes. Only if you have them directly connected to the crafting bench. Hello, Balls of Mess. How are you? Unless you either have to have them directly connected, or if you have 4, yes, by the end, yeah, KXY. Which my brain was not thinking. My brain was not doing the math right. I was like, oh my god, we only need 100K more. No, we need like 200K more. So I'm gonna have to like up our goals a little bit more on there. Unfortunately, my brain was thinking, oh my God, we're halfway there. We are not halfway there. We have a distance to go. So what I wanted to say to that effect, guys, is that for the rest of the month, if you are looking at gifting at all, I would love if it could be on TikTok, unfortunately, so that we can hit this goal. If you are looking to at all, unfortunately, otherwise we will lose our Gaming Live Pro badge because it's so stupid that's how it works. At this point, I'm kind of like, maybe we just lose it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Can you use the rock area sometime today? Maybe. Yeah. Well, yes, of course. It's a crazy rule, but it's what it is. Yeah. The other rule is if you have chests inside a closed house, it'll pull from the 4 nearest chests to craft stuff in the game. So that's how the chests work. That's how the chests work. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, so that's kind of the island vibe. I just wanted to see if we wanted, before we start on TikTok, I was like, do we want to play this or do we want to play the retro rewind game? That's what I was like. I'm not sure on what either one we want to play. I think I want to play this, but I'm like, you know, I was thinking about the retro rewind game too. But I think this will be fun to do today. I need to figure out what we want to do. I think I need to just like start. What I think we need to do is do a little bit of cleaning. We'll do like some yapping and cleaning because I feel like we're trying to decorate the island, but the island also is gross as shit on all of the islands. Like they're all just a freaking mess. So I was like, I think we need to do some cleaning and then maybe we'll do some like cute building and you guys can help me decide. And we'll play it by ear, you know. How much do you play? I used to play a ton. I have not played it in a hot minute. I really have not played in a hot minute because I've been playing other Pokemon games. So I'm like, ooh, okay. So that's been the shade there. So I really have not played a lot, but well, why don't we get started on TikTok? I think we're gonna do Pokopia, so we'll do that. I'm gonna mute the game for a minute, but let's start on TikTok. You guys kind of know the drill for that. But I was tired and didn't feel great, so I laid in bed and Grocery said, hey, listen, stop the face. I know the face is perfect. And then we'll do our thing. It was Addison, yes. Thank you for joining in. It's so real, right? Green LA, isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? It's just crazy. People are wild. All right, baddies. We're gonna go live on TikTok, y'all. We're gonna go live over there. Hold on, let me do something there. Okay, we're gonna live on TikTok in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it up, y'all. Here we go. Bum, bow. Lex, thank you for gifting a sub. I appreciate it. Hello, TikTok fam. Girl, my thing is being dumb. Okay, there we go. Hello, y'all. Hi, Madison. There we go. Boop. Hello. Hi, Tomas. Hi, Cece. How are you? Thank you, Liz. I appreciate you. Welcome in, y'all. Good afternoon on TikTok as well. Am I echoing? Oh, God. Is it echoing? Again, if it echoes, I can't. Am I echoing? Am I echoing on TikTok, guys? Is it doing something stupid again? There's an echo? Of course there is. Because why wouldn't there be when I go live? Why wouldn't there be? Little Ford, thank you for the raid. I'm gonna have to give me just a second, bestie. We've got some things going on TikTok, so give me 2 seconds and I will celebrate you. I just need a second. Thank you so much though for the raid. I really appreciate it. Am I echoing now? What the fuck? Okay, hold on. I don't know why I'm echoing, guys. I have no idea why it's echoing right now. Hold on. Welcome in. Yes, so bad. I know, you guys, please don't tell me how bad it is. I hear you. I see you. I totally get it, y'all. I get that it's echoing. I'm trying to fix it actively. I'm actively trying to fix it, y'all. So give me just a second and let me see if I can get it fixed. And then we'll see what we can do. All right. Give me just a second, y'all. Guys, I am trying to fix the echo. I literally am saying multiple times in the chat that I'm trying to fix the echo, but thank you so much for posting it 50 times. Girl, I got it. There we go. We fixed it. I just said I needed 2 seconds to get it fixed, y'all. There we go. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Little Ford, thank you for the raid. Hey, did you know that you were echoing? I know. Yes, it was Addison. Hi, Savvy. Guys, welcome in if you are joining in. Thank you for being here.
Very
I appreciate
demure,
it.
very
Lindsay!
considerate, very approachable, very demure.
Hi, Chonky.
Very natural, very approachable, very demure. Let's be mindful and remember to be demure, ladies. Very demure, very considerate, very approachable,
It's gonna
very
play 5 times now. Thank you,
demure.
Lindsay.
Very natural, very approachable, very demure. Let's be mindful and remember to be demure, ladies. Very demure, very considerate, very approachable,
You
very
did, Lindsay,
demure.
yes. We're
Very
just gonna have to wait a
natural,
minute.
very approachable, very demure. Let's be mindful and remember to be demure, ladies. Very demure, very considerate, very approachable, very demure. Very natural, very approachable, very demure. Let's be mindful and remember to be demure, ladies. Very demure, very considerate, very approachable, very demure. Very natural, very approachable, very demure. Let's be mindful and remember to be demure, ladies.
Yeah, it's time to. We're gonna retire that emote after this stream. Remind me, guys. Don't let me forget. We're gonna retire that one because I gotta get rid of that one. Thank you so much for the gifties. I appreciate it, y'all. If you're coming in, welcome in. Good afternoon. We are playing Pokopia this evening. If you did not see my stories, we were late because Kenzie, if you are, make sure to refresh because it has not gone through, bestie. Because I had therapy. I had therapy earlier, so I was not live. I had therapy earlier. Lindsay, thank you. I had therapy today. So we had a little therapy this afternoon. Yay, therapy. Oh, well, Sourflower, welcome in over here. Lindsay, guys, thank you for the gifties. Thank you guys for the heart me's. Sorry, y'all, I had to get that all. Of course, I'm like so overstimulated now from trying to get that all set and then all the gifties. But welcome in. Good afternoon. If you are just joining in, I hope you're having a fabulous day. We are playing some Pokopia. Again, I haven't played Pokopia in a hot minute. And I was like, well, you know what? Let's vibe this evening. Since we're doing a later stream anyways, let's vibe this evening. I don't know, Carrie, why are you so cute? And have a good time. So if you're just joining in, welcome in and thank you for the love. And guys, don't forget to follow if you're joining in for the first time. Kenzie, thank you for the sub. We're trying to get to 5 followers to start us out. And thank you for tapping and sharing all those good things. And let's get hot to go. Okay? Good afternoon. Oh my gosh. No, Holly, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Holly. No, I'm not willing. You're not even following me, so no. Sorry, Holly. Sorry, Holly. Thank you for the hand hearts. I appreciate it. Hi, Nayla. How are you? Bubble, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Hi, Nolan. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And Liz, thank you for the 100. Hi, buds. How are you? Welcome in. Oh my gosh, all the love. Thank you guys so much. Sorry that the video was echoing. You guys are going crazy. I don't even know why the audio was echoing all of a sudden, but it was like, girl, let's echo. But no, if you are joining in, thank you for being here. I hope you are having a fabulous day. Oddish is your favorite? Yes. We haven't played Pokopia in like a hot minute, guys. I feel like it's been 2 weeks since we've touched Pokopia. So I was like, I had therapy earlier. Let's do some Pokopia this afternoon and just kind of vibe and thrive. So thank you for being here. Thank you for tapping and sharing out. And we're 3 followers away from 5 followers. So thank you. Is your For You page flow with Coach L? It is not. I did not play Pal World. No, I was not. Have a good stream to you too, Holly. Have a good day. I was called Zesty and took it as a compliment. I love that, Buzz. Well, it is a compliment. Absolutely. Hi, Alexis. How are you? I know we have to get some of these guys. I have like not enough Pokemon in the game. So we're going to have to like get some, you know what I mean? Dejana, what game set? I'm so sorry. Which one? Hi, Lindsay. How are you? The thing for me with Pokopia right now, guys, is I do feel overwhelmed. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I've completed the main storyline and now there's so much to build that I'm like, I don't know what to do. That's the issue for me right now is I'm like, I don't know what to. So you guys are gonna have to help me. I thought today you guys could like tell me what to build and we'll do something together and like I don't know, we'll have a little interactive moment together with it, you know, and have a good time. But if you are new here, guys, let's play our introduction to get started and then we will we'll get going. Okay, I'll tell you who I am. I am your zesty bestie and this is
It's Brittany, bitch.
T. Thank you for those biddies. I appreciate it. I'm gonna make an executive decision that I'm gonna turn off alerts other than the ones that I trigger moving forward. I think that's probably gonna be the safest thing so we don't explode anymore. Yes, Dejana, what's your question, bestie? Through your habitat text? Yes, make habits. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. I think that's what we need to do. That's what I'm gonna do. Hi Pris, how are you? And guys, thank you for the follows. We're 3 followers away on TikTok from getting to 5 to start us out for the stream. So for the next 3 people, we're going to give a little love to, okay? I know our little guy's sleepy while we're sitting here waiting. Plant Lady, thank you for the heart me. Nishali, thank you for the follow. I haven't touched No Man's Sky, God, since it was an ass game. Joanne Cooper, thank you for the follow. And Jabo as well. Reens, hello. And Marisabel, thank you for the follow too. The things I thought we could do, guys, I thought we could start to maybe rebuild the ship or whatever. A cafe's kind of a cute idea too. I thought about a cafe. I don't know. Or we could do something really silly and stupid. You know what I mean? But guys, thank you for all the love. Welcome in if you're just joining in. And we also need to get some new Pokemon as well. I'm doing good, Chloe. How are you? We're a little bit later because I had therapy this afternoon. So we had therapy at 2 o'clock today. That's why we're like, you guys are like, wait, why is he on so late? We had therapy today. So a girl had therapy. And so we are currently back from therapy, of course, as you can see. And here we are. When you were in Rocky Ridges, did you clear stuff along the way? Mostly just the main storyline, Brett. I need to clear some stuff. Megan, guys, thank you for all the gifties. I really appreciate it. And we're halfway. Hi, Earthling. How are you? Let me turn on the game sound so we can hear things. Guys, is the game too loud or does it sound okay? So for those who are curious about our little area, or what I've done at least, let me show you what I've at least built. Which most of you have been here for the build. Most of you have been here for the build already. But this is basically what we've built so far. So we have like this little area here, which I do think is kind of cute as shit, not gonna lie. And like just some of that, like a little, just like little, I don't know, little something something. Little something something. And then last stream that we played, Hannah, thank you for the follow. We did build this little tree house, which I thought was kind of cute. Which I did think we could build a second one of those over here too. But that's all we've built so far. And then, and then we also built, wait, T, hold on. Let me show you what else we built. Cowboy, thank you for the heart me. I don't understand what you mean by game set, Dejana. I'm sorry, I'm confused by what you mean by that, bestie. Do you mean computer? Do you mean Nintendo Switch? Kind of J-Roll, but it's more like Stardew Valley. Gamer Girl and M, thank you for the follows. Thank you guys for the hype train. We also built this little market. Although I will say the Pokemon aren't really using this market. So I'm kind of like, was this useless? But I did build this little market. We did build this little market too, which I thought was, I feel like we need to decorate this more, but I do think it's kind of cute. Wait, but it's okay. I know. So that's all we've built. That's all I've built in the game. For a beginner, honestly, just play what you love to play and yap. Even just talk about what's going on. Put up signs. The thing is, I also don't have a lot of recipes. I think what we also need to do, guys, today is hunt for like recipes and shit, because I don't have a lot of recipes. I don't. It's kind of like Palia. Yeah, I would say what I think I like about this game. Yeah, I'm wondering if I get rid of the Pokemart, if they will stop using it, Mary's Bell. That's what I wonder. What I will say with this game is it does feel like there's more to do than just like a cozy life sim. In that, obviously, there's like the building, but the storyline is huge and the game is actually massive. Like, there's so many maps and so much. Like, I actually haven't finished all the things to do in the game yet. Like, I finished the main storyline, but there's still stuff to do. So I would say there's like a lot of questing in this game too. You know what I mean? I feel like it has a good mix. For rare finds, ooh, bitter cooked food. See, you guys have been playing more than I have, so you know. I don't want to burn out, that's fair. Wait, I didn't see what's in the shop today. Yeah, it's definitely way more detailed than Animal Crossing. I will say that. I will say that. Okay, what do we have for recipes? A tabletop mic, and that's it. I try and buy the new recipes every time there's a recipe. Every time there's a recipe, I try and buy it, because that way we have that, so. And see if there's anything in the shop as well. But yes, if you're joining in, welcome in, guys. Thank you for the follows and the shares. So many new friends, I love it. Kind of just Disney Dreamlight Valley too. Yes. Store changes every day. Yeah. See, he uses this, which I'm kind of like, maybe I get rid of this area. I don't, because I want them to use the other market, guys. I thought the other market's kind of cute as shit. I'm like, all right. Damn. I'm like, all right, damn. And he doesn't have anything I want anyways. He's got like nothing here. Okay, bye. All the equipment. Oh, Dejana, so everything that you are not going to want anything that I have. Everything that I have is going to be 10 times what you need because I'm a streamer. And so you are not going to want what I need. Oh, Tyler, welcome in. Oh, sorry. Hi, Mackenzie. How are you? I also need to bring honey. I also, okay, actually, speaking of which, the other two Pokemon I want to get, Minun and Plusle, are my two favorite Pokemon of all time, and we do not have them yet. So that is also kind of my goal today, is I kind of, Brad, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I kind of like, I'm thinking about like, maybe we build them like a little cafe or something, and then we move them in. If we can get them to move into our area. I want to give them something special. I don't know. Just something cute. Card hunting videos. I want to do more of those too. I actually posted a tweet, if you guys haven't seen it yet, about my content, which I would love for you guys to go look at. Brooke, thank you for the follow. Is Pikachu in the game? I actually have no idea. I actually have no idea if he is or not. No, so the way that you get Pokemon is you build basically what are called habitats in Pallet Town. Oh, okay. Thank you for the follow. Eminem, thank you for the follow. So you build habitats, Sam. So like, I'll show you. Basically, as you play the game, you discover all of these cute little, like, I don't know, habitats. And once you build them, it's the possibility for the Pokemon to spawn into these habitats. So like this one we've completed already, but there's a bunch that we haven't done and haven't completed yet. So there's a bunch that way. Guys, thank you for the gifties. And don't forget your daily heartbeat for coming in. Frame, and then I put the actual item in, Liz. Hello from Japan. Oh my God. I've always wanted to go to Japan. I'm so jealous. Skelly Shell, thank you for the heartbeat, guys. Thank you. Search on my game. It's super easy. It's all I did was take an item frame and then just put the item that's like closest associated to it in there. I need Vespa Queen. There she is. Vespa Queen gives you shit every day if you bring her honey, guys. I brought some honey. What do you want to give me, Queen? Girl, she has nothing I want. I guess a luxury sofa. Or a different type of, usually there's more than one type for one area. No, wait, thank you so much. Of course. Hi, Elijah. How are you? Your sister's South Korea right now, and she's been FaceTiming me. It looks cool. I love that. Oh my God. It's a good way to get patterns. Yes, I did hear that too. Wait, what does this bed look like? Hold on. Oh my God, wait, T. Look at the bed, guys. Is that... Well, what did I do there? Yeah, she gives you gifts. Thank you for the follow, Trucker's Wife and AG Tober. Welcome in. I'm trying to think of what this... Is that the... Hold on. Now, wait, I want to take a picture of it. Girl, how do I take a picture again? I can't remember. It's been a minute since I played. Oh, it's like, what Pokemon is that, guys? What's its name? It's the, oh my God. What's its name? I can't think of it. Execute, thank you. Yeah. I couldn't remember. Cafe, thank you for the follow. Hi, Dana, how are you? Executor, Executioner. He's actually he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me, guys. He's actually gonna kill me. Jay Taylor, how are you? Thank you for the heart me. Will the habitat eventually not get the Pokemon? No, so you should get them. It's just that there are other, so like, for example, let me see if I can find one. Like, okay, that only has one option. But this one, you can, it's, my camera blocks a little bit, but there's 4 different options for different Pokemon with this habitat, for example. Liz, thank you for the 200 biddies. Eggs Benedict. Executor. Oh, Jason, are you loving it? Chastity, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. So yeah, I don't know what we want to do today, guys. I feel like we need to do like the daily stuff. We kind of need to explore a little. I need to get more recipes. My day's been good. I had therapy today, so that's why we had stream a little late this afternoon. You should play Bokopia Pokemon. Isn't that what we're doing right now? Hi, Balla Girl. How are you? Ain't that what we're doing? Ain't that what we're doing? Therapy was amazing, actually. And then we have like options. Obviously, we could keep decorating this area. Dominica, I've literally been obsessed with ZA. I've been playing ZA and Arceus. Dana, no. That's why I've been on a break from Pokopia. Boko, thank you for the heart me. But yeah, usually we play obviously like Minecraft or Fortnite, but today I was like, you know what? Since we're late, let's play a little Pokopia today. I also thought about playing that retro rewind game. No, I'm seeing somebody new, Lil Ducky, and much better. ZA pissed you off? Why did it piss you off? I actually loved ZA. It's so bad. I was sick last week. Yeah, literally all you do is you just place it nearby, something nearby. And then I bury them. So I have one buried here. I have one buried like over here. These ones I haven't buried yet, but they just connect. Girl, I don't even know. It's been a hot minute. Pokemon ZA is another Pokemon game. Mateo from Superstore. Stop, I love that. Thank you for the Suspense Poco. I appreciate it. I'm doing good, Realms. How are you? And cringe, yeah. Cloud Island to raid? Oh, wait, T. Wait, T. I didn't even think about a Cloud Island. I honestly don't know what to build. Like this is the only thing with this game that I'm too overwhelmed with the possibilities of things to build because it's so big. That's my only issue right now. She's larger than your boyfriend, honey. I just can't. Look up inspo pics. I have some inspo tutorials. I do have some inspo tutorials. I will say that. I do have some inspo. Hi, Rika, how are you? Make an internet cafe. Wait, that's so funny. I love that. Yeah, there's a lot that goes on in this game. I'm great. Oh, I love that. Guys, give me 2 seconds here. Sorry, I have to give myself some insulin. By the way, baddies, if you missed it, I did crochet. Ready for this? I did crochet a Ditto Bulbasaur. And if we slay our goals this week, we're going to give it away at the end of the week, which I do think is kind of fun. Ain't that cute as shit? I actually do love it. I found a pattern for a Pikachu one too. I was like, oh, I should make that one. Vivi, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Love. No, I found the pattern. Girl, what am I doing here? Somebody, I can't remember. Crochet by Dill on Instagram. Ashley, give the follow too. If we do a giveaway for this, if we hit the goals, it'll be one that I do like through the Discord and on Instagram and stuff so that folks, if you're not in the live, you won't miss it. But yeah, I'm thinking like we could clean up the areas. I don't know. There's just so much to do. I'm like, there's so many things to do. Like, I don't know what to start on. Hi, George. How are you? I need to get all the recipes for the day. Somebody said bringing bitter food. Is that the tea? What is bitter food, though, in the game? What is bitter food in the game? I actually don't know. Good afternoon. Hi, Kayla. And guys, if you're new here, let me do my introduction again to say hello.
Bitch, you know I'm
Zesty.
don't call, just text me. Bitch is slow, can't get
Oh my God, she's bald.
ITGIRL. You know I am that girl. Shh, bitch, don't kiss and tell. It girlfriend
ATL. All right. All right. Well, yes. Rostberries. Okay. Okay, Violet Beauregard. Oh, yeah, Sarah B. Okay, Violet Beauregard. Rostberries. It is definitely one of very stress relieving for sure. Bitter is raspberry, potato, and seaweed. Okay, tea. Marissa, thank you for the follow. Girl, don't they sell things here or not? What's going on? Kayla, thank you for the follow too. It has been good, Oliver. I had therapy today. And it's a new therapist, and I really do love her. We had like a great conversation. I told you guys a little bit about my intrusive thought issue that I've been going on the past couple of weeks. And we had just a great conversation about it today. It was like really lovely. So I was like, this is nice. It was just very nice. Make a Ross potato bean burger. That literally sounds like something you'd see at like a millennial burger joint, but they have like clipboards for menus. And you're like, okay, girl, get out of here. No, not in this game, Hale. Not in this one. And they're vegan. Now at Erewhon, literally, and it's like $85. You're like, okay, damn, bitch. Okay, damn. Okay, damn. Oh, wait, I think Hoppany, what's her name, has something over there. Xander, thank you for the follow. Let's go over here first. Like, I feel like I need to, like, clean up the beach and stuff. No worries, Ashley. Predators, but it's true. Yeah. Millennial burger joint, but it's their vegan / gluten-free side menu with 2 things on it. Yeah, and they serve you French fries, but in a metal cup. in like a metal cup. And you're and the rest of the food's on a cutting board. And you're like, okay. And you're like, okay, Miss Girl. And your drink is with paper straws. Girl, kill me. I'd rather die. P, thank you for the heartbeat. And it costs like $80 a burger. And it costs $80 a burger. And you're like, okay, damn, honey. I did think we could start redoing this area too. Like redoing the boat. Ooh, this dining cabinet's kind of cute. Hey, girl. I kind of want it. Oh my God, wait, I don't think I'm going to sell though. I didn't bring anything with me. I'll give you 5 honey for it. Thank you. Dragonair's your favorite. The boat's overwhelming you, is it? I will say, the one thing I really love about this game, and Alexa, thank you for the follow, that I think is actually like insane, is how detail oriented it is. In terms of like pulling, like this is obviously from the old game, like all of these places are from the old games. Like it's actually crazy to me. I'm like, it blows my mind. Chloe, we're playing Pokopia for a little bit. Alexa, thank you guys for the heartbeats. Oh my God, we're almost there with the heartbeat goal. It actually blows my mind a little bit. But yeah, I thought about cleaning this area up too. Maybe, I don't know. I do think we need to go to probably an island, a dream island, right? But I need to get seaweed first before we do that. We need to get seaweed first. Team Rocket Place, I know. Oh, I'm glad you're in the Discord. Girl, let me surf. Because I also thought about just like cleaning shit up because it's just so nasty. I am Diane. I'm having a very good Thursday. Thank you for asking. Okay, you guys said seaweed is bitter food. Is that true? Is that true? Seaweed's bitter. So if I give it to him, it's bitter. All right. Here you go, King. Now, I don't want to talk to you. I want to place this down, honey. You're getting some bitter-ass seaweed. You feel like you might be a little more likely to find rare items. Yay! It's better to cook the food? Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, like, there's this whole building. Like, this whole area needs to be, like, I also thought about just, like, tearing everything down. No, I don't have Mew yet. Like, there's so much I haven't done yet. I don't have any of the legendaries. Like, a girl really has nothing in this game. A girl really has nothing. Guys, thank you for the heartbeats. You guys slayed that up. Thank you so much. Me, it said new goal, y'all. I don't know why I played this song. You don't have the poke. That's okay. Maxine. Find it down. Yeah, Vivi. Yeah. I thought also mine and Plusle could have, like, we could rebuild this cafe and give them this cafe. But I kind of want them in the main area. I don't know. Penelope, thank you for the finger hearts. Oh my God, you guys are going crazy with the finger hearts. What the hell? Thank you, baddies. I'm behind. That's okay. You play. The one thing I like about this game is you can play it at your own pace. Oh my God. Okay, we hit the finger heart goal. What? I'm wet. I'm kidding. I'm not wet. Am I? Hold on. Hello? What am I saying? Who are we? Thank you, Quesadilla, for those. Oh my gosh. And Energizer. That's such a cute idea, right? Wait, I like actually love that idea. I'm going to set a little hand heart goal now. Boo, 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 boo. Make Machoke a man cave. He could Machoke me. I wish KoiJ was here. KoiJ is like so into... Okay, I'm trying to see what's in here. I don't want to see. Crazy. Crazy. He's thinking with 100 fingers. That's crazy. We could do a cafe. That's kind of a cute idea. I did, user. Yeah. That's kind of a cute... I kind of like that idea. The question is, where do we put it? Where do we put the damn... If we build one, where do we put it? Like, I have no idea. Penelope, thank you for the hand hearts. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Penelope. I don't know where we would put it. That's the only thing. Because I feel like the one thing, too, is I struggle where I want to, like, put down builds and stuff. Okay. I say we go to the Dream Island first, though, and see if we can get a legendary Pokemon. Because I don't have one yet. And also see what we can find for goodies. I think that's probably, like, our first step for the day. I think that might be the first T verse shade. Verse? Did I say verse? I meant first. Oh my God, a haunted mansion for like ghost type Pokemon. Wait, I love that idea. I also thought about, guys, why am I dying? I also thought about turning the ship into a haunted ship and having the ghost Pokemon live on the haunted ship. I did think about that too. I was like, wait, wouldn't that be kind of fun? Those hedges, I stole them from somewhere. I can't remember. Oh, it was on one of the Dream Islands. It was on one of the Dream Islands that I took them. I gotta cook food. Wait, what is the thing to cook? Is it beans? Do I need beans? Shit, do I not have any beans? Oh shit, I might be broke. I don't think I have any beans. Guys, thank you for the gifties. Holy cow. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. I think I need beans, don't I, for this thing? To make the... I need to make the burger. What is it? What's the recipe for the burger? Yeah, it's fucking beans. Oh God, I don't have any beans, guys. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We can get beans. This is fine. Don't worry. I just want to get the... what we need. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to take this with us. The dowsing machine. We're going to go back. We're going to go back to Rocky Ridges. Are you vegan? Girl, no. I love me some meat. No worries, Elijah. See you later. Penelope, thank you for the zesty besties. I appreciate it. Hey, yo. This is almost a little too sour. We know you guys. Okay. All right. Roast me. This is almost a little too sour. Like, I love it, but it's a little much. It's a little much. It's not June yet. It's not June yet. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Here's my plan. Lucy, thank you, guys. Can we get some slaves for all the folks and Penelope? Everybody, just thank you guys so much for all the love. Holy cow. And if you're new here, welcome in. Hi, Mary. How are you? How are you, Mary? I hope you're doing well, Patty. Guys, I just keep getting kits. Like, girl, I don't want a kit. I'm gonna say something crazy, but Sudowoodo is one of my favorite Pokemon. And I don't have a problem saying that. What's the tea, Ashley? I don't have a problem saying that. Okay, no, I don't have beans. He's so whimsical. I know. I used to use in my OG playthroughs back in the day. Oh, this could be something good. Better be something good. I got a recipe for a plane stand. Okay, cool. Great, thanks. Left your boyfriend of 9 years. You've got a girlfriend now. Okay, baddie. Okay, bye, girly. I see you. Hi, Mallard. We're cooking up. You used to play Sims? Not often, Liz. There's a lot of ethical things going on with The Sims right now that I'm not a huge fan of. So we haven't played in a hot minute. Do I have enough for any more beans? I'll toss an apple in there too. I'm glad they've been so that's awesome, Ashley. You fell asleep. That's okay. Hi, Jay. How are you? And guys, don't forget your daily heart me's if you're coming in on TikTok. Thank you for following if you're new as well. We're almost to 30 followers. All right, let's go to the Dream Island. Which one? Do you guys know which one has the chance to give me a legendary Pokemon though? Because that's the one I want to go to. Which one has like the chance? Oh, I need to take a Pokemon also that can help me search for things. Hold on. Hold on. No. Wait, I need to filter. Meow, meow, meow. Is it the search one? Is that what it is? I think so. Excadrill, come with me. I'm one of those Sims games, but they never scratched my itch. Yeah, I thought about playing that retro rewind game tonight. I did think about that for a hot minute. It was on my like, but then I was like, do I want to spend $20 to buy it? I've been good, Jay. It's good to see you. But then I was like, do I want to pay for that game? Eevee Dragonite, little pink thing. That's what they, girl. Who's little pink thing? Quesadilla. Who's little pink thing? Now hold on. I want to, stranger. Yeah. Oh. Pikachu of the legendary Pokemon. Okay. Wait, I hear another one. Where is it? Here. Listen, you guys set me up. You guys set me up. I don't know what I'm gonna say. You guys set me up. Okay, let's do Dragonite then. See what Dragonite, see if we get some luck here. I wanna go to Dream Island. Let's do it. We're gonna go later than 7 for sure, because we started late, obviously. Cleffa, Clefairy, or Clefable. That's fair. That's fair, baddie. That's fair. And guys, thank you for tapping. We're almost to 50K taps, too. Oh my God, we're almost a 1/3 through the goal on TikTok already. Girl, what? You guys are going crazy. We've been live for 30 minutes. But no, I had a good day. I recorded a Pokemon video today, which I thought was kind of fun. So that was lovely. And now here we are. All right. Thank you for the Harvey Mallard. I appreciate you. Okay, so we need to see if there is a legendary. How do I know if there's a legendary Pokemon? Is there like a certain way to tell? Is there a certain way to tell, y'all? How do I know? Yes, check your Pokédex. Oh, I have an active filter on. Wait. I was edged. There's nothing. There's nothing. God damn it. No! I have not gotten a legendary Pokemon yet. I feel like this is so not fair. This is so not fair. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I got a copy. Great. Another fucking CD. Great. Another goddamn CD. Just what I wanted. Another goddamn CD. Really was looking forward to that. Girl, you're gonna be stuck down here. Really was looking forward to another CD. Can I do anything with the CDs or they just exist? Is there like something interesting I can do with them? I got 2 brainy doors. Look like those Italian rainbow cookies. Yes. Girl, she'll be fine in a second. Oh my God. Can she find her way? Blue Cove, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Charby, thank you for the sub with Prime. I so appreciate you, baddie. And Sid, thank you for the heartbeat. And Jack, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Give me something good, baby. I got habitat information. Oh, it's a shower. Okay, great. I sometimes just grab all the free shit that I can from here. Do-do-do. Raikou Entines, yes, have a small, yeah, I have not found them, Astral. Ella with the gifties, first ever gift on TikTok. Okay, baddie, I see you. Can we get some slays for that, y'all? It's been a week. I know, it is kind of weird that it does not feel like Thursday to me, actually. Christina, thank you for the follow. I forgot tonight was pit night, guys. I'm like, oh wait, it's pit night. Arcanine's your favorite? Love. I was like, oh my God. I got an office shelf. Michelle, thank you for the follow too. So many new followers, welcome in. Gatsby, thank you for the heart me. Okay, Pit Kink. Well. George, don't clock me like that. George, fuck you. Don't you dare clock me like that. Don't you dare. How dare you clock me like that? Believe it or not, you have Arcanine really on your forum. I love that. Oh. Also, if you are new here, guys, please know we are not family friendly in this chat. Should I watch The Pet and hear stuff about it? It's honestly one of the best TV shows I've seen. I'll be real with you. Thank you, Zesty for the heart meat. Oh my God. Depends on the family. That's true. That's so true. Can I do anything with these things either? Or are these just like little... These do nothing, right? They don't do anything, do they? I thought maybe they did something when I saw them and I was like, ooh, are these something I should collect? Savage, thank you for the follow. Oh, boom. It's pretty. I know they are pretty. Is there any other balls? There we go. Girl, I get it. You're hungry. More habitat information. Use them as a pool bottom so the water looks cool. Ooh, that's kind of fun. The Pit is a TV show. The Pit is a TV show. Okay, let's use our little drill thing. Daniel, thank you for the follow too. It's a medical drama. It's a medical drama. And using ocean water makes it sparkle more. Damn, you guys know a lot. You guys know a lot. I literally just said thank you. Daniel. I literally just said thank you. I have over 200 people between my two lives. I can't keep up with everything. Damn. Okay, let me use this machine here. Did you penguin? Oh. Give her that away. Which way, girl? Which, around this here? A houseboat. Wait, T. Haley, thank you for the greeting heart. I appreciate that. And guys, Veneer, let's play our introduction real quick to say hello again.
Bitch, you know I'm
Zesty.
don't call, just text me. Bitch, you slow, can't get
Oh my God, she's bald.
ITGIRL. You know I am that girl. Shh, bitch, don't kiss and tell. It girlfriend
ATL. Girl. Oh my God, she's bald. Ba-da-bow, ba-da-bam, ba-dow. Michelle, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you, Whimsy. Welcome in. Girl, take me where? Girl, she is not taking me where I need to go. Girl, this is, I'm getting annoyed now. Yes, it is pink grass. Okay. My God. Took her long enough. Jeez. Which one? This one? Which one, girl? Which one, girl? There it is. Hi, Raven. How are you? From today, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Is there anything more I can do here? Probably not. We'll leave. I'm just not finding any recipes. I'm just not finding recipes. I'm feeling, oh my God, I'm back to 100% for sure. I'm just not finding any recipes that we need. It's kind of annoying. I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. Take me home, girl. Look at the sparkling. Yeah, I gotta go back to the. There's not gonna be any sparkling spots here, I don't think, right? Hey, thank you for the gifties. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. And guys, we do have our daily goals on TikTok and on Purple. On TikTok specifically, we do have to hit a goal of 300K this month to keep our Gaming Live Pro badge. So any support with that helps a lot. So thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. As always, your presence though is a present here, especially on an evening stream. Bam, 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 bam. Bow, bow. Hi, Bessies. Hi, OS. How are you? All right, girl. Also, there's so much lava shit to clear out, too. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what to do. What do we do? This is where I get overstimulated because I'm like, there's so much to do in this game. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, there's almost too much. And I'm like, girl, I'm trying. You know what I mean? Kaka, thank you for the follow. Interesting name. Bailey, this is Pokopia. So it's like if Animal Crossing met Minecraft, met Pokemon, met Stardew Valley, with some questing as well. A little bit of all of it. Rolled into one. I do think part of what we need to do is like actually clean up some of our areas. So maybe we just like start by like cleaning up one of the areas. Okay, girl, bye. Maybe that's what we start with, you know? You know what I mean? Then we can build a little. There are 300 Pokemon in this game. I haven't, Aaron. I haven't. Because I feel like for me, part of the issue is like when I'm trying to like build something and it's ugly all around it, I'm like, I feel like I need like a good base, a good canvas to start with, you know? You know what I mean? CDs, I know. But do you like protein shakes? No, I hate the taste. I hate the taste of protein, actually. I'm also gonna take these to what's Big Fatso over there. Big Fatso over there. Let's go find Big Fatso out there. I hate the taste of protein. Girls, does it have to be raining? Okay, look at these. I don't, Alicia. You know, it's so funny. I love this game, but other cozy games, I don't love. I get very bored on cozy games because I feel like it's all the same shit. Where it's like, go catch me 4 fish and I'll give you a nice little recipe. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, girl. And your friends finally can embrace the PC. Oh, really, Moth Milk? Wait. OT. That's good to know. You know what this shit reminds me of? Appraising this shit? It reminds me of talking to goddamn Blathers in Animal Crossing, and it gives me PTSD. Hi, Tessie. How are you? It gives me goddamn PTSD. I'll tell you what. I'm like, I can't. Literally hate that owl. Hello, sweetie. Thank you for the army. I'm a Disney girly. I think what I like about this game is there's just so much to do. Like, there's still questing to, like, there's just a lot to do, you know, which I love. Cocoa Eagle, thank you for the heart me. Which I do love. A violet meteor lamp. And it's gotten me back into collecting my Pokemon cards, of course, so, you know. I did go to my Walmart today to see if they had any cards. They did not do a restock. I am pretty sure that the people at Walmart are starting to notice me. Because I feel like I go to Walmart every couple of days now. Every couple of days now. And I'm like, they've got to be like, what is this guy walking to the toy aisle every couple of days? Like, what is he, you know? He's like, he's got to be looking for Pokemon cards. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, I know they know it's cards, but you know. I do think it's just funny. Okay, let's clean up a little. I was working. Part of me wonders if it's like, what do we clean up? I feel like I should get rid of this. I feel like the Pokemon Center thing doesn't make a lot of sense here. And it's kind of in the way. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of like, all right. For not saving the game, truly. Kind of like, okay. Put the cafe there. That's what I thought about. Hi, Emily. How are you? No. I wish the rain would hit the stuff that's not like in the whatever, in the like underneath. You know what I mean? Bam, bam, bam. I'm not trusted to the toy aisle because I end up at Hot Wheels or books. Wow. Wow. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. We're kind of just chilling today. Do you bubble cards for big hits or more for mastering certain sets? More for big hits or like art style. I want to start mastering a set, but also the set that I want to master is too expensive. And Bailey, thank you for the follow. No Fortnite today. No. Nope. We are a variety streamer, so you will never just see Fortnite here. JD Bear, thank you for the follow. Is it 151? Yeah, I really want to master set 151, but it's so expensive that I'll never be able to master set it. Even if I wanted to. Even if I wanted to, I'll never be able to. He's the first king. Chan, thank you for the hard me. I can't even find a pack for it, so you know. And the sets and buying from a scalper is like $1 million for it. I also think we could build another one of these there. We could build 2 of them. Like another one of these little houses here. And have 2 of them. Stephanie, this is Pokopia. Like put one here too. We stopped kept going. Yeah, see, I didn't get any. Yeah, the game of the year. It's a good one. We could also build another one of these, which I thought about doing, because I feel like this needs a little. I don't know. Yes, all the evolutions are in the game. Yeah, I only have 1 so far. Wait for college, literally. Callie Mom, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. Wait, I want to do this first. Girl. Oh my God. Girl. I need to find and rehang up all my Hot Wheels. Are Hot Wheels valuable? My favorite one, Minin and Plusle are my two favorites. Minin and Plusle are my faves. Which I thought about building a cafe for them today. We could do a cafe today. Do you hang the vines where you can reach, like up there, you mean? This magical way, or like this. Whee! That's how. Or I could put their cafe like back here, maybe. Wait, hold on. My other thought for their cafe is it could go by the market. Because we have this little market area here. We could put their cafe nearby somewhere over here. I almost want to put it like here. But then I'm like, how do I do the path to get to this here? I don't play the mobile game, Weiss. No. Do you play with a Pro Controller? I'm using the Joy-Cons. I would love to get a Pro Controller, but I'm not paying $90 for a Pro Controller. I'm sorry. I ain't doing it. Court, thank you for the heart me. Chris, thank you for the follow too. I'm not paying $90 for a Pro Controller. I ain't doing it. I ain't freaking doing it. As much as I would like to, I'm not paying for that shit. I ain't doing it. I just refuse. I know it's like probably better to have a Pro Controller. I'm just like, nah. $90 for one. And it's a good game. It's one of my favorite games right now. Was there a sparkle spot in the water? Which water? Down here. Massing for the rose. Hi, Bessie. Hello, Julia. Oh my God. 10 stones. Wow, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. 10 freaking stones. Shredder Bug, thank you for the follow too. You have the PDB controllers, $4 that work so well. Ooh, okay. I also am like not fully in love with this area. Like I think it's cute, but I don't love it. I kind of feel like I want to change the Madison, thank you for the tiny. I kind of feel like I want a new block to use for pathing. Maybe. I just don't love this. Like, I don't know. Guys, what do you think? I don't know. I hate the dirt path. I'm going to change the dirt path for sure. Is that set right now too? Is it? I really don't play that. Other than stream, I really don't play that much in non-handheld mode. Yeah, I feel like it needs more greenery. I agree with you. I feel like it needs like it just seems a little plain, right? I think you're right. I feel like it just needs something. I don't know. Like it needs something, but I don't know what it is. That's the problem. I'm like, okay. I am not Tyler Oakley, no. I get that very often, though. I did beat the storyline, Chandler, yes. Or the main storyline, at least. Tyler's brother, a big gazebo. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, part of me is like, I want to tear it all down and like build the cafe here and then build some like market stands outside of it. Crazy, I know. Crazy, I know. Luke, no worries. You're so fine. Crazy, I know. You're flattening your island. But then part of me is also like, should we put the market actually somewhere else? Garrett, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And Evan, thank you for the go popular. Like, should we put like the market like and the like up here? and have like a cute path going up from the Pokemon Center instead, and have it be like up here instead. That's my other thing, is I'm like, maybe it should go up here instead and have like a really cute like way up from the main area. You know what I'm saying? Hey, girl. You gonna spit something out for me, girl? Come on, Lugia. Honk a loogie at me. I saw the wheat farm, yeah. Come on, Miss Girl. Because I'm a perfectionist, Roden. Or an imperfectionist. Looks so beautiful and sexy. Spit it out, girl. Come on. Rosie, thank you for the follow. Girl, spit it out. Oh my God. Girl, please. Finally, queen. Oh my God. Ah. You're making yourself conscious. It's performance anxiety. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's the other reason I'm talking about moving the market is because I feel like it's so hidden back here. Dandy Lillian, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Maybe she's not a spitter. Have you considered that? Okay, then buy some lube, girl. I don't know. The other reason, I feel like it's so hidden back there. You know what I mean? Where like if I built like a cute path up here, then you'll just have to add more back there and open up that tunnel. Like if we put the cafe up here, like there's just so much space. It's a hidden gem. Guys, I don't know. Just you should have water running through them. Guys, I don't know what to do. This is what I mean by I'm overstimulated by this game. Because there's so much possibility that I'm like, my brain cannot fathom or handle it. You know what I mean? So you just got to start. I know. Okay, what if we clean this area up here? First and foremost. You know what? Clean this whole area up. Reens, thank you for the hand arts. Getting that hand art going. Go. Can I speak today? Let me eat first. We'll clean this whole area up and then we'll decide, okay? I gotta clean it up anyways, so it's fine. Girl, let me eat. Where's my goddamn steak meals? Nom nom nom. Hi, Brichet, how are you? Hi, Modern Chris, how are you? On your feet, I'm in heaven. Yes. Okay, lots of... Girl. Oh my God, thank God it stopped raining. I was like, girl, I can't do the rain right now. I can't do the rain right now. I cannot do the rain right now. Gimme. Give me the door. Why is it? Hello? Oh my God. Boop. Like, give me the goddamn door, girl. Guys, that's why we're trying to get me to play 2K. Like, no, that sounds like my literal nightmare. If a man ever asked me to play 2K, I'd be like, bye. Be like, sorry, girl. No, thank you. Absolutely not. I would literally rather die than play 2K. You like Mr. Mime? That's so funny. I feel like, okay, where's my... I feel like Mr. Mime is kind of like, he could get it. I was thinking about it earlier today, actually. And I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about him. Hi, KR, how are you? Like, maybe I'm wrong. And bear with me on that one. Not to hear me out. Just bear with me on that one, guys. Just bear with me on that one. I gotta get grass, y'all. Kara, thank you for the greeting heart. First time here, you're doing well. Do you play 2K? I don't, babes. I'm so sorry, not Leo. Like, bear with me on that one, okay? You were just casually thinking in your spare time about doing it with Mr. Mime. Okay. Also, Kara, thank you for the budding heart. All right, why? Oh, and I'm being judged for this? And how many of you are reading smut on Wattpad every night about a centaur screwing a butterfly? Eat my ass if I'm thinking about doing it with Mr. Mime, okay? Don't you kink shame me when I know what you're reading at nighttime, all right? Don't you kink shame me. Because I know what you all are reading, all right? What I just joined? The usual around here. Caught. I read in a book. It's about a human and demon. We doing what with Mr. Mime? Easy now. Is Dreepy? Ethan, I just got the coolest Dreepy card yesterday. Kat, thank you for the follow. Sadie, thank you for the heart meme. So I know what y'all are doing, but... Oh, this is normal? Yeah. I'm getting grass, hold on. I don't know how I feel about it. About who? Mr. Mime? I think he could get it. I think he could get it. I'm just saying, I think he could get it. I do. In the best way possible. Where's the regular soil? There it is. What other Pokemon on your hit list? I mean, Machoke, obviously. Madison, thank you for the hat and the mustache. I mean, Machoke, obviously. Like... Lickitung is all the girlies' fave. Well... Mr. Mime can get... Well, CM. Quesadilla, thank you for becoming a super fan on TikTok. Oh. Thank you so much, Batty. Slay for that. Let's see if they give her the roses. Thank you, guys. Help with the goals, guys. We got both goals going on both platforms, y'all. Don't forget both of them there. I thought it was TBH. Thank you so much. No, it helps a lot. Let's see if they give her the follow. I appreciate it. This is the one ability I love the freaking most. Yes, it makes things so much easier, guys. I'm telling you, it literally makes everything so much easier. I did complete the storyline, yeah. Or most of the storyline. There's still like some mini quests that I haven't done yet. But yes, it makes it so much easier. Dempsey for the follow too, putting me thing for the rose. Guys, we're just 4 hand hearts away from the hand heart goal. I think we can finish that one up, y'all. Finish that one up, y'all. Oh, I'm scared. Wow. Well. Am I gonna have enough? It's so convenient. Just play for 6 hours straight. What did you do? What did you do, Batty? We're kind of cleaning up. I'm trying to clean up a little bit while I yap with you guys because I feel like our area is just a little bit of a mess. Lixmar, thank you for the sub. Oh my God, you're such a baddie. Wait, I don't want to waste this steak yet. Hold on. Both your towns, I love that. Guys, I need to figure out what Minin and Plusle's what do you call it is. They're like their habitat, because I don't know what their habitat is. I don't think I've discovered their habitat yet. That's the other thing I have to do too, if we're gonna get them. No, not at all, Raven Sky, not at all. I think I'm gonna need to get more grass. I think this will be a cute maybe market area / cafe. Of course. Like, I feel like putting the cafe up, I don't know. Guys, I can't decide shit. I don't know. Because now I'm like, should I put the cafe next to the Pokemon Center? And have like a whole little market area by the Pokemon Center? Guys, I don't know. Oh, this is awful. And not up here? A community pool. I don't want the, ew. The Pokestore is kind of, I'm gonna get rid of it. It's kind of cute, but like it's not perfect. I like having the idea of a market center nearby, but not right next to the center. Like he sells stuff in here. Do the market up on the hill. Okay. You guys convinced me. John, thank you for the heart me. You guys convinced me. The Poke Center is cute, but that means they don't use the other stalls though, which is kind of annoying. Always wonder what that looked like. Yeah. It's cute. It's just a little, you know, it's like the Pokemon Center, you know. That's the thing I don't like about it is like they don't use the other ones. Convinced or peer pressure, yeah. Also, I need to figure out how we're gonna build so that there's an easy path up here. But maybe that's later. What's the club she danced at? Maybe that's a later problem for us. That's probably a later problem for us. Use page to go to the Pokemon roof and relocate it to the market area. Quesadilla, you're hot. Becca, thank you for the follow. Now wait a minute. Watch me run out of grass. Guys, am I gonna be out of grass? I'll lose my freaking mind. Am I gonna have to get more? I don't think I'm gonna be able to get more grass. Shit. Oh, this is the worst. People soup, literally. Oh, this is the worst. I wish I was as organized. I mean, mine is barely, it's like partly organized. I would say it's like a third organized. Maybe the cafe, and then we have like a little orchard up here. Yeah, Leafage will take me 18 goddamn years though. Normally what I do is I go to a whatchamacallit, I go to a dream island. I mean, we might have enough. We might have enough. Build a hole. Pause. The apple orchard. Just one here, please. People soup. All right, y'all, I do want to remind us about our goals today. We have our goals on TikTok and Purple. Don't forget, they do help us stay full-time, but I appreciate your guys' presence more than anything in the world. Is there a limit to go you can house? There is a limit to how many will appear at one time, and I think it's 20, but you can summon them using honey if they're not nearby. But there's 300 Pokemon total, so you could technically have 300 Pokemon on one island. It's just that only 20 will spawn in, otherwise it'll bug the game out. No worries, dude, no worries. Yeah, I'll show you guys. I'll show you how to do it. Ready? It's actually really cool. Bailey, thank you for being a super fan. Ajay, I'm feeling a lot better. Okay, so let me find a habitat where the Pokemon's not here. Wait, I hear something sparkling. You guys hear that? Wait, T. Where was that? I heard it. I heard the spark. Oh, it's down here. I heard the sparkle. Thank you so much for the super fans. I so appreciate that. You can build relationships, yes. Okay, a leaf hut kit. God, kill me. God. Okay. Let's see. So let's find a habitat where somebody's not spawned in. Okay, I don't think Jigglypuff is here. So if I go to Jigglypuff's house and I say I have honey and say the Pokemon's not spawned in, if you use it on their habitat, they spawn in. And that's how it works, basically. That's how it works, basically. So they end up spawning in when you use the honey. It uses one honey, but it spawns them in. And thank you for the cactus shovel too, Bailey. That's so cool. Yeah, so if like they're not actually in the, if they're not one of the Pokemon spawned in at the time, then you could do it that way. Very easily. Oh, okay, Kenzie. Okay, yeah. I'm thinking cafe here with market stalls. I think it's gonna look cute. I think it's gonna look cute. I think this is the vibe. Sort of overlooking things. Maybe a little bakery here too for shits and giggles. Alice, thank you for the follow. Maybe a little bakery too for like shits and giggles, you know? Oh my God, we could get Fido to do a little bakery. Stop, that's cute as shit. Stop, that's cute, guys. Promise you don't remember where you put everyone? Yeah. Alexandria, thank you for the follow. Wait, I love that idea. I know. Dealing. But yes, I'm so back in my Pokemon era too because I've literally just gotten all my... I've been buying cards. I've been going crazy. Bulbasaur is #1 in the decks and #1 in my heart, to answer your question. As it should be, babes. I literally just crocheted this Ditto Bulbasaur. There he is. Boom, baby. Boom. Stop, I want it. If we had our goals this week, we're gonna give it away at the end of the week. Do you have a least favorite Pokemon? I don't love any Pokemon that really is super, like, food related or not creative. Like, I'm not a huge fan of, like, vanilla, like the ice cream one. Can we see your cards? Sure, I have one here. These are all my old cards, not my new ones, though. These are all my old ones. Shut your mouth. I know. So these are all ones that I had since I was like a child. So these are I organized these last night. I finally got them all done. So these are all my childhood cards here. There's some vintage ones in here. Some are worth a little bit. All my really ones. Here to say, yeah, I'm not a huge Trubbish fan either. So this literally took up a whole book. Yeah, first editions. There's some from like 1998, 1999 in here. The year I was born. All of these cards are at least $2. Some are $10. How are they in such good condition? I have no idea. I'll be real, Organized Chaos. I have no idea. And then my newer cards, I can go grab them and show you guys. They're in the other room. No, Troubleshooter is doing his best. Target had vendor card drops today. I'm literally, guys, I'm telling you, I will literally pay you guys money to send me cards. I can't find them anywhere. It's so annoying. Hi, Thomas. How are you? Remember the daily giveaway? Yeah, forever ago, Lexmar. Forever and a day. Every Wednesday. I know. See, I don't have a Target near me. Hi, Jay. How are you? The nearest Target to me is like an hour away. Unfortunate. Walmart does it too, do they? Walmart does their restocks for me Fridays between noon and 5 p.m. There's no sets that I'm collecting, or I would love, Z, thank you for the follow. I would love to master set 151, but girl, that's never gonna happen. Girl, that's never gonna happen. I love that, Rardy, I love it. That's never gonna happen. I would love to. That's my dream, is to master. That's the one I love the most right now, but that ain't gonna happen. Why can I not cut this? Wait, how do I grab? Oh, this is what I need. Meow. One Piece cards, yeah, that's good. That's fun. That's where we're at. Really, that's so funny. Have you sold any? I actually sold a bunch. So went to my first card show last week, and I ended up the value of all the cards that I got was about $600, but I only spent $48 because I got the rest through trading. No, I need to send some in for grading. I'm glad, AJ. Here, I'll show. Hold on, give me 2 seconds, guys. Like 1 second. I'll go grab mine. Hold on. Hold on. So this is like my new, like this is my binder for all my new cards. So like ones that I've gotten, and yes, Switch 2, yeah. Oh my gosh, Harley, yes, let me know. So these ones are all ones that I've like, okay, let me see if I can get like a good, it's so hard to show them on camera perfectly. But like, you know, these are like new cards for me. The glare on the light. So hard to see. But you can see. These are all my new ones.
Spectacular. Give me 14
That's right,
of them right
Siam.
now.
Really? Do you know what's in here?
I don't care. Don't tell me.
Aren't they gorgeous though? Don't you love? So these are like all of my newer cards that I've just obtained. Yes, I have. I'm just 3 that let us study. I know. These are all my newer ones. And then my heavy, this is full of them. And then my heavy hitters are here. Any full arts? Yes. Most of them, all of those in there are full arts. These are my heavy hitters. So this is my most valuable card that I need to get graded. Every guy that I talk to or person that I talk to at the card show is like, get this graded. If you get this graded right now, it's in such good condition. You could probably make 10 grand on this card when you get it graded. So that's the card I need to get graded first and foremost. But then I have other big hits too. Like this one's a bigger hit. These are my ones from my childhood. These ones are like newer, bigger hits. So I have like these two baddies. I just pulled this one 2 days ago from a tin. And then I also got these two as well. So I have a lot. And then this card that I have actually is pretty rare. It's banned. You cannot use this card legally in game. Scissor, I love that, Max. You cannot use this card legally in game because she's naked in it. It's a banned card. It's the banned Japanese card because she's technically naked in this card. Oh. The third to last one. Which one? The Dragonite one? Because she's technically naked in it. Sebastian. You can't see anything. It's just her silhouette, but because of that reason, they banned it. She's not wearing clothes, technically. Yes, I got it from a tin from Dollar General. That's where I pulled that card from. So that's why. Yeah, you'd be shocked. Where do you keep your full arts? I never put them in my binder. I have my full arts in here. Most of them. Like, you mean like my full art cards? They're all in a binder. So basically what I'm doing right now is I have this binder for like my newer cards that come in. I have my older binder with old cards, and I'm getting a third binder where I can do like scrapbooky style pages of my cards to do like actually pretty full art things. The like Michi method, I think is what it's called. I think it's what it's called. So yeah. Yes, and I spent too much, Bailey. I got rid of Whatnot because it takes too much. Somebody asked how to get into the collecting cards without spending an arm and a leg. Just buy cards individually. Honestly, buy cards individually. I know it sounds crazy to say, but literally buy them individually. How do you have so many full arts? I traded a lot of my cards. At the most recent card show I went to, Marshmallow. I traded a bunch. Traded a bunch of them. So that's how. Okay. I feel like we have a little bit of a canvas here, guys. I feel like we have a canvas to work with. I feel like we have some open space here. Yeah. Because honestly, like so many of those cards, guys, I got were like $2. Thank you, Harley. Yes, I'll respond after stream. Most of those cards that I have were like $2, like the full arts. A lot of full arts are cheap. How do you know which cards you want when you go and trade? I don't usually. I mean, I have like a wish list that I've sort of put together of cards that I would like to have. But I don't have like a I kind of just go in and if I see one that I'm like, oh, this one's cute and it's $2, then I'm like, why not? Quesadilla, thank you for those hand hearts. Oh my God. Getting us so close to the goal. Wait, you're such a baddie for that. It does. It does get sunny eventually. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. We're almost halfway with the goal for the day. We got to work on purple though. Maybe we'll do a little giveaway today if we slay the goals. How's that sound, y'all? We could do that today, maybe. Yeah, so pretty. Okay. Now the thing is, I have to figure out how to build a cafe. The next step, guys, building a goddamn cafe. I did find a tutorial, and I'm like, maybe we could just follow the tutorial. But it wasn't a what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't it was a cozy fantasy cottage. So it wasn't like a thing here. Let me see if maybe they have like a cafe tutorial. Hold on. Greenhouse cottage, maybe? Yeah, I want to do like a little I want to do a cafe for Minnan and Plusle to live in. I think. Like just a cute little one. Let me Google it. Cafe Pocopia build. And I don't want one that's like crazy. You know what I mean? Like I just want like a cute little one. You know, we don't need like anything insane. That's not the look. That's ugly. That's ugly, guys. I'm looking online right now. My favorite one, I love Minnan and Plusle. Minnan and Plusle are my top 2 faves for sure. For sure, Minnan and Plusle. What's this one? That's like Bleak Beach builds. I don't want the Bleak Beach. Functional greenhouse and cafe. Wait, what's this one? It's kind of ugly. Hey, bestie. Hey. Maybe I just need like a little building and we like turn it into a building. They're called Neolites, I believe. Like, let me see if, hold on. Let me see if I can find like a cute little tutorial. Hold on, everybody. Everyone just hold your horses, okay? Again, I don't want anything too big either. How are you, babes? I'm doing good. I'm looking on TikTok for Pocopia builds. Pocopia build mall. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of cute. Wait. Hi, Beccaroni. How are you? Have you seen those mystery tins with the plushies holding their Pokemon card? Yes, I want that so bad. You guys keep saying things I want. It makes me want to throw up. Guys, I don't know. I'm struggling to find like a cute little cafe build that's kind of like, I don't want like a full build. The issue for me is I don't want like full buildings. You know what I mean? Like I want like natural vibes. That's my problem right now. Hi, Hopscotch. How are you? Hi, Cody. How are you? I'm going to get Tomodachi Life. Yeah. Pocopia build cafe. Let's see. Yeah, that cafe's ugly. Like, I keep seeing these cafe builds and they're ugly as shit, guys. Maybe I'm a dick, but I keep looking at them and I'm like, oh, this is ugly. Like, I keep seeing these cafe builds and I'm like, this is disgusting. Oh my God, wait, what if we did, okay, is this cute or is this not cute? Like a little food cart, food truck. Guys, oh my God, thank you for the hand hearts, Cody. Like a little food truck. Can I ask why you don't? Because I don't know what to. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to do it. Bestie, I missed your Sims. Yes, we don't do Sims anymore. Really. Yeah, it's based off of the new ZA game. Thank you guys. Wait, we completed the hand art goal. We don't do Sims anymore because they're not ethical. They're not ethical. But you know what's really cool? Lil Simsy right now is actually going to be fighting the sale of EA with a current, I believe it's a senator. There's a whole thing going on. So I'm going to definitely be supporting that. I don't know if you guys saw that on the news. It's huge, actually. It's huge, y'all. It's pretty big, which is very exciting. Let's do, I don't know, the alien buddy. That's kind of cute. Hi, Emily. How are you? Ooh, let me do that. I saw that yesterday on Instagram. There's so many damn blocks in this game. That's the other thing too, is I'm like, I don't even know what blocks, like I don't have a ton of blocks either. The camper is kind of cute. We could do like a, I don't know. This is where I get overstimulated, guys. I'm like, ooh, love your integrity. Thank you. No, don't do that, Ellie. That's even worse. Babes, okay. I gotta, no ChatGPT. No. That's just gonna kill water. That's even worse. I'll tell you, don't go to ChatGPT. I'll tell you why we're not gonna use it. Don't use ChatGPT to search shit. Oh my God, no. EA is being sold to a Saudi Arabian company and also to Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. And so that sale is very bad. That sale is very bad. That sale is very, very bad. It's being sold to Saudi Arabia, a Saudi Arabian company, and also a Jared Kushner's like shell company, basically. Do the market first and expand from there. That's what I was thinking. Hashtag fake fan. Koi J, wait, our literal icon of builds. Koi J, what should we want to build a cafe? But I'm like, should we do? I was thinking about doing the like the, what do you call it? The trailer thing that you did. What is it called, guys? The RV as like a little food truck. But I'm like, ooh, of course. Why is it bad? I mean, I could go into several details onto why it's bad, but I feel like it's pretty obvious that Saudi Arabia and Sims don't really make a lot of sense in terms of the ideas and acceptance of LGBTQIA plus people, etc., etc. Also, anything owned by anybody in the Trump family dies and burns because they're not good business people. They're not good business people. So, you know, they declare bankruptcy more than I eat Taco Bell, which is like twice a week. So, you know. If anybody doesn't know how to run a business, it's somebody in the Trump family. Emily, thank you for the heart me. Do you like bologna? I liked bologna before that joke died because it's the most annoying thing in the world. I liked bologna before I got in my chat every 5 seconds from people who have no sense of actual humor saying, do you like bologna? So I used to like bologna until people drove a joke as more annoying than 6'7" and Skibbity Toilet. Like, if you're doing the baloney joke and you're over the age of 20, you're too old for that shit, okay? You're too old for that shit. And that's my hot take. First time? Well, then my take to you is you are not the only person who exists on the internet. I hate to break it to you, Zaymond. That's my hot take. I really do believe that everybody on TikTok believes they are the only person who sees anything ever, and everybody else is just robots who don't exist outside of them. But in reality, there are millions of people in the world, and if you saw that joke, I tell you 1,000 trillion other people saw that joke and asked it first. Baloney decent nuts. My mom called me loose for leaning TikTok. Listen, there are days. What the F is the baloney joke? It is this stupid ass that I don't know. Some person posted on the internet, we should go in and ask people in their live streams if they like baloney as like a joke because they're millennial and have no other sense of humor other than getting mustaches tattooed on their forefingers or something. You know what I mean? And so it's become this like trend to ask people if they like baloney in their lives. But it's like the most unfunny thing possible. Oof, the mustache. It is the most millennial cringe thing, I think. I think it is the most millennial cringe thing. It's worse than 6'7". It is, I think. In my very hot take. I'm like, it's not even like, it's one thing if you ask a funny joke, you know what I mean? What was the one that was for a while, the LeBron James one? I always feel attacked here. What was the LeBron James one? It's like that one again. Oh my God, that one drove me nuts. That one for the longest time. Oh my God, what was that? What was that one? People would come into chat all the time. I can't remember what it was. But oh yeah, put your hand over the camera for an edit. That's what it was. And I was like, girl, Lamar Jackson, thank you. That's what it was. Why didn't I think of LeBron James? I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's like that though. Guys, I don't know what to do. I'm so torn. Hi, Kingston, how are you? Not even the same sport. Yeah, that's how much I know. Like, I want to build a cute cafe, but I'm like, I don't know what to do for a cute cafe. Fuck. What's your go-to Taco Bell order? Ooh, I love me a cheesy gordita crunch. Although I did get that, like, it's like the crispy chicken crunch wrap, and I really like that. For these viewers being mainly millennial, the biggest crime. The biggest crime. Look at Real Cafe. I mean, the other option is like a little food truck. The other option is a food truck, which I also think is kind of cute. I do think the food truck idea is kind of cute too. I think both are kind of cute. Both. Me just running around being like, Reens with the alien buddy. You've never tried a gordita crunch? It's literally the best thing you can get there. Fleetwood, we are playing Pokopia, but I'm kind of like executive dysfunction task locked right now. I'm kind of task locked. Both sound good. Food truck can be more nature involved. That's what I was thinking. But I'm like, do they have trucks? And I mean, like a truck in this area feels kind of weird. You know what I mean? Because it's like natural disaster shit. That's my only thing is I feel like a truck's kind of weird. But maybe not. Maybe I'm just over analyzing it. And I'm like, actually, it could be kind of cute. Yeah, how did it get there? I know. Or just a food stall. I know. I did think about a food stall. It is kind of a cute thing, though. I mean, it could be the shell of an old one. I'm looking at the tutorial right now. It's a food truck that ran out of gas. You know what? I kind of think it's cute. Fuck it. We're going to do it. The only thing is, I don't know if I have the right materials for this. The only thing is, I just don't know if I have the right materials for it. Let me go on my... Hold on. Wait, I need to paste it. We can watch the video together, okay? Hold on. we can watch the video together. Let me grab it. Hold on. I think it was the sunrise. Oh my gosh. Because I also don't know what materials. Okay. So this is what it would look like. Can you guys see that?
The most unique cafe in Pokemon. Inspired by the iconic Novo Cafe in Pokemon Legends CA, and I'm obsessed in how it turned out.
I feel like that's kind of cute. I don't know. Many thank you for the follow.
First with the magnetic rice, I enclosed everything, and then I started with the breaking some of the tiles to get the structure.
I don't know what block she's using though.
But I painted up gray so it looks more like the drug color.
Ellie, thank you for the gifties. I appreciate it.
With the iron plating because
And Mini
it's more
too.
like metal. Then I continue to break more tiles so it looks more realistic. I use the bridge planks as a counter, and then here I start decorating inside. I use a functional stove and counter.
It's kind of cute, isn't it?
And then here I'm gonna add some seed, and then to match with everything, I'm obsessed with.
I wish there was like a full build.
I also make it orange so they can match. Added some side tables and some seats, and did the same.
That's kind of cute, right?
Side and also
Do we vibe with it?
now with the final touches, starting with these paper cups. Also,
I feel like for Minin and Plusle, it's kind of cute. If I painted it like the Minin and Plusle colors,
adding this body bunting makes it really
like the
cute.
blue and the blue and the red.
And I thought that it was really cute to put it on the back of the truck. Then I'm adding some trees. Yeah, I'm adding some street lamps. And here's the final look. Watch the full.
That's kind of cute, right? Oh, look at my Vans. Yeah. Okay, she posted on her YouTube channel. Hey, girl. Guys, not me like... Oh, girl. Why does she have a Notion? Sorry. Not a Notion. Oh, my God. Girl, what is this? Girl. Oh, my God. Oh, wait. This is good, though. Wait, T. Okay, she's using iron plating and simple flooring. Girl, she's very organized.
$10 for a large. $10 for...
She's very organized. I am not that organized. We're waiting here. Hi, Apple. How are you? Okay, so she's using simple flooring for the shape. So that's what we need to get. I don't know if I have the... Let's see if I have the recipe for simple flooring. Love ads. Yeah, I am paying for YouTube Premium, okay? But guys, let me remind us, we do have our sub goal on Purple. We're very behind today. Purple's a little behind this afternoon. Gotta clock that a little bit. But TikTok is halfway to the goal for the day, so you guys are eating. As a reminder, guys, we are unfortunately possibly going to lose our Gaming Life Pro on TikTok if we don't hit 300K coins this month on TikTok, which is so dumb, and I hate it, but unfortunately that is how it goes. So we do have the daily goal on there to keep us going till that. It's a pretty early recipe. Okay, T. I thought it was. I'm not that organized. I'm not really though, I swear. This is all fake. Simple flooring. Okay. I'm just gonna make like 80. I feel like I'm not gonna need that much, but we're gonna make that much. What were the other things she had too? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Michaela, thank you for the heart me. And Kendall, thank you for the follow. What else did she have? She had iron plating, concrete pipe, bridge plank surface lights. I think what I might do instead of the concrete pipes, I might use the other hole. Sorry, the other thing. It's kind of unfair they're threatening that during tax month. I know, it's so stupid, but TikTok is doing what it is, so I can't do anything about it. Unforge, y'all. Unforge, so. Nilo, how are you? Thank you for the follow. Okay, so then we need I'm talking about the wood ones. And 5
She's an
gifted.
icon. She's a legend.
Now stop it, you.
And she is the moment.
Death to all of them. She passed away? Oh. Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. Holy cow. For I have sinned, not falling. Listen, it's okay. You are forgiven. Okay, I need to see if I have iron plating. I don't know if I have that. Iron plating? Thank you so much, though, for the gifted subs. Wait. Oh, hold on. That's right. Girl, what does iron plating even look like? I'm doing good, Vivi. How are you?
I want to thank all the
Michaela,
evil
look-
gays.
All the evil guys.
You know, I just really.
Iron plating. I don't think I have that. Does anyone look? I mean, we can probably just use a different block that kind of looks like it. I think it just has to be paintable. Well, you know what? Let's do the shelf. Let's do the shelf. We'll do the shape of it first, and then we'll figure it out. We'll do the shape first, and then we'll figure it out. Levi, thank you for subbing as well. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. We didn't do that. She did shout you out. KR, you have the fattest ass ever with the literal whale diving and core with the 2 alien buddies.
I just wanna be part of your symphony.
Okay, baddies, I see you. And Michaela, if you subscribe on Hype Train, you guys are going crazy. Oh my God, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay, guys, next question. I feel like actually we should put it here. I feel like it's kind of cute here. Because then we already have the little table and chairs over on the other side over here. Am I crazy for that? Like, I feel like it's kind of cute there. Because of his comms now. It was iconic, I know. And that is a new one, yeah. No, that's so cute, right? Thank you, alligator boots. I knew I could trust in you. Okay. Let's watch the tutorial, everybody. And see what she did. All right, are we ready? So she's oh God. Girl, I can't. What are the dimensions there? Girl, I'm gay. I can't do math. Okay, can somebody tell me what that is? Oh my God. 1, 2, 3. Fuck, I don't know. What does that look like to you guys? Katie, thank you for the sub. What does that look like to you guys? What is that shape? 6 by 4? Is that what that looks like? 4 by 5? Now we're all saying different numbers. 4 by 6. Okay. A rectangle. Die. 4 by 6. Okay. Okay. 4 by 6. Wait, how tall was it though? That's the other question I wasn't paying attention to. Three tall. Girl, that looks like it's more than 4 because that's 3 there. Oh no, 6. That makes sense. I didn't even bother to guess, girl. That's okay. Okay. Three tall. So we have, God, I don't know. Was it 4 or 3? It was 4, right? We said 4. Oh, God. Does that look right? I feel like I need to move it back 1. I feel like she's too fat. We can move the other things around. It'll be fine. Yes, you did it. Yay! Guys, congratulate me right now. Guys, congratulate me right now. Guys, I did it. I made a rectangle. Oh my God. Okay. Let's keep watching. Girl, I feel bad. She only has 157 views on this. I'm going to subscribe to her. This is a beautiful build. She needs more love on this video. Are you kidding me? Okay, then she filled in the top like that. You know what I mean? Like, girl, that's crazy. Okay. So then she filled in the top, which that we can do. No. Okay, Albert Einstein. Leave me, guys, don't bully me. Leave me alone. Damn it. Tyler Oakley. No. I don't have PP. Shit. Queen needs a shout out. She really does. Meow. Okay. One at a time, everybody. 1, 2. CKs can do geometry. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. I think she then got rid of this, right? She did like the full. She went full frontal. That's not the. Okay. You guys get what I mean, though. She went like semi-full frontal. Okay. Okay, and then she put those two things. I don't think I have a curved... Fuck. Guys, what is happening? Not curved, like, not that... Stop. You look zesty? No, I'm really straight. I love boobs. Guys, thank you for the hype train. Thank you so much, guys. We're almost halfway with the sub goal for the day. Hi, Ryan. Okay, let me see if I actually do have... Guys, stop judging me, okay? We're looking for something curved. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna... Oh! I have that, but that's not it. Shit, I don't think I don't have the recipe. Uh-oh. First Mr. Mime, now this. Okay, all right. Uh-oh. I wonder if it's something I can buy. Maybe it's like part of a... Can somebody look up what the curve thing is? That like a... Where I can find that? Can somebody look that up for me? I know I'm asking a lot. I love that, Kier. What I'm thinking of doing is taking all of my bulk Pokemon cards and making little packs for kids. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm trying to think if there's like a kit for this or something that I don't have already. It's what I'm trying to survive. I bet you do want a curve. Okay. All right. God damn. Can you send me Pokemon cards? Yeah, no. Brick roof. Would it be under the brick roof set? I don't even know. I don't think it's gonna be here. Shit. I have like a metal fencing recipe. Asphalt road, stone fencing, boat railing. What is that recipe? What is the item called again? Oh my God. Curved Eve. Curved Eve Pokopia. How to get curved eaves. Girl, this sounds nasty. Says from Ripples Online. I'm gonna jump out a window. I'm gonna jump out of a window. Okay. What do we do? Wait, didn't somebody have a... Wait. Who said they had a dream island that I could go to? Does somebody have a curved eve on their island that I could take a picture of? Pac-Man, thank you for the follow. Abandoned power plant kit. Wait. Do I have that? You finally... I love that for you. What level are the Pokeball huts in? It's level 5 of the sky map. Wait, I wonder if I have them at... Let's go look and see if we can steal 2. Hold on. Mine is a bit curved. You guys, sickos. I wonder if there's any like at the it's one of the kits in Pallet Town. Oh, I did roll credits. Oh shit. It's a kit. I thought it was something that I already had. Okay, wait, let me go to Pallet Town then. Oh wait, is that the giant ass one that I'd have to like make somebody build and takes like 14 days to build? Is it that big ass one? Yep, that giant ass one. Oh, damn. Okay. There's gotta be something kind of curved. Oh my God, you have a Dream Island that might have it? Wait. I was just wondering, like, in this pile of junk, if there would be any. You know what I mean? Or maybe, like, up here. Let's go up here for a second. Just see. In this giant... Oh, somebody's here? You good? Oh! Somebody's in the trash! It's Electabuzz, but I'm looking at his crotch. It's Electabuzz, but I'm looking at his junk because the angle is terrible. Oh my God. Hello, Electabuzz's crotch. Oh, honey, put it away. Honey, put it away. I can't. Honey, put it away. Please. Look it directly in that line of sight. Oh my God. I had something inappropriate to say. But I was gonna say, landing strip. Landing strip, guys. Okay, anyways. The one thing I hate about this build, by the way, is that the air still like flows through it even though the building's done. That doesn't make any sense to me. Mai, thank you for the heart me. You were thinking the same thing, see? No, I wanted to see if there were maybe some like in this build. Let me go up to the top here. Like this build already does have a cafe in it, so then I'm like, do we need another cafe? But you know what? I think it'll be fine. Like I hate how there's like air blowing through the whole thing the whole time. Take me down, girl. Hi, Mai, how are you? Okay, maybe we'll go to that Dream Island though. It's just humid in here. Let's get humid, baby. And guys, we're almost to 100K taps on TikTok, so thank you. I just want to see if I had any in here while we were here. See, like the air is flowing through still, and I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that. You see what I mean? Like it's like not finished. Like I don't want the air to flow through. It's a closed building. It's a closed building. Guys, I might grab my dinner here in a second. Let me just look in here real quick. See, now this is actually a cute, like, this is cute. I have a leftover tuna sub. Don't judge me. Like, this is cute in here. Inspo. I just thought maybe there'd be some in here because it's like got the tech thing. Okay, let's go to this. Let's go to this, whatever you call it then. Let's go home and we'll go to this Dream Island. We're going home. We're going home. You had Chick-fil-A? Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds very good, actually. That sounds nummy nummy. This is a later dinner for you? Yeah, this is my, like, afternoon dinner. Because usually, you know, we're not on this late. Nom nom. That one does Ghost Bubbles. Okay, hold on. I gotta buy I don't think I have the goggles. I gotta buy them. You have the Brick Roof Valley. Nice. Good gracious, asses bodacious. Well. I gotta buy the goggles or whatever. Hello. Goggles. Where are they? Okay. So if I put these, how do I do this? If I put the goggles on, is that, where are they? Oh my God. It's a VR headset. Okay. Girl, I don't know if I have Nintendo Switch Online. I'm gonna piss my pants. I don't know if I have Nintendo Switch Online. I'm gonna throw up. I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I have it on. I don't know if I do. Of course you need a goddamn Nintendo Switch membership. Girl, kill me. XL P D 6F. Okay, I guess I do. T. Guys, can we do 100K taps on TikTok? I love that, Hales. My diesel. Well. That was stupid. Starting virtual mode. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh, girl, I'm overstimulated. Okay. I'm lagging. That's how crazy this place is. Girl, I'm scared. Oh my God, I forgot I actually own this Minute Plus. It'll be so cute. Oh my God, I'm gonna piss my pants. Wait, stop. I already own that, so it's perfect. Okay, wait. Where is the thing that I need though? Holy there's so much stuff. I should probably look to see if there's anything else that I don't own that, but while we're here. I don't know. I think I have Sky. Oh God. Time to go shopping. I think I have the rest of the stuff. It's insane. I know. I think I have the rest of the stuff. This is like a flea market. I know. So how does it work? I take pictures of the stuff, right? Girl. Let me know if you guys see this building piece. When I'm pregnant, congratulations! And I'm assuming you're naming the baby after me, right? It'd be kind of weird if you didn't. It's a code that you can use for Dream Island. I'm like looking to see. Oh my God. I love spending fake money in games, so I don't spend money in real life. Does anybody see? Oh my God, the arcade machine. Whoa. Anything on sale? Wait, didn't I need the sewer hole cover? Didn't somebody say I needed that? I feel like I needed the sewer. Yeah, they do have Treasure Islands. Except you have to take pictures of it. So you take pictures of the item, and then you can, I believe, copy the item, right? Sewer hole cover. So if I take a picture of it, I now can make that. There's a whole section with awnings and their patterns. Okay, let's see if we can go find it. I'm overstimulated. I don't want to cheat too much though. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to get anything that's going to like change the game for me. Like I want to find everything, you know? I feel like that's part of the magic. I feel like that's part of the magic of the, oh yeah, I need the iron plate shit. That's right. Okay. Oh, wait, cute. They're in love. Girl, I'm literally having a visual like attack right now. Where's the awning section? Does anybody see it? I need signs. Holy shit. It's almost too much. I'm looking for an awning. Oh, here. Okay, here's some awnings, but I don't see the ones that we need. Wait, I need that pattern though. I don't. Okay, keep looking, guys. We're looking for a curved. Oh, is this it? No. It's got to be one of these. Just keep looking. This is it. Here it is. Oh my God, we found it. So you take pictures of the item. So it gives you like a little, if you switch it to Y, see how it like tells you what it is. If you take a picture, you can 3D print it at home. Okay, what was the other thing we needed? We needed What block was it? Oh God, is this it? House, no. Oh God, what was it called? What was it? It was concrete, wasn't it? Concrete something? Maybe this is it. Was it simple flooring? No. I had simple flooring, didn't I? Iron plating. We need iron plating. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh my God. This is a lot. There's so many block. Maybe this one. Ow! Got it. Okay, I think we got it. Is there anything else? Ooh, while we're here. I don't want to take, I really don't want to like, I feel like I'm at Lowe's. It is kind of like we're at Lowe's, isn't it? Anything else we need? Oh my God, wait, this is so cute. Shit, I want that. Wait, hold on. It's fine. Home Depot felt as a child, I know. We're just kind of looking around for a minute. By the way, guys, if you are joining in, make sure to leave a follow for Zesty Bestie and make sure to keep tapping like AFG just followed. We're almost to 100K taps, y'all. We're almost there. Oh my God, are there any cute chairs? Jesse and Timmy. And I'm Justice, thank you for the alien buddy. Oh my God, you are hot. I feel like I want to use anything else that we already have, we'll use, okay? I don't want to go too crazy here. You know what I mean? We can always come back if we need to. Damn, this is wild. I still feel overstimulated being here. Where are the Pokemon, by the way? There's not a single Pokemon here. Ruby Fun, thank you for the hi, friends. How are you? And Baby Girl, thank you for the heartbeat. I have not seen a single Pokemon here, by the way. They're all dead, actually. This is actually consumerism final boss. This is how everybody died in the Pokemon game. And then the house in the yeah, they're all stuck working. Oh my God, wait, that's hysterical. Are they really? Hi, Allison, how are you? What house? This house? Oh my Lord, look at this place. In glass, no, for real. Wait, really? I want to go see. Wait, where are they? Time of your fancy. Oh my God, wait. Weezer. Wheezing. Why did I say Weezer? Why are there so many paper cups in here? I'm so good. Oh my God, wait, is this their houses? Stop, these are all their habitats. I'm pissing my pants. Is it this thing? This building here, Lori? This is so guys, this is what this was the problem with the Pokemon game. Like this is how it all started. Okay, they're in cages. This is so dystopian. No, next door. Oh my God. This thing? Oh shit, they're all in here. My game is lagging like crazy. I'm kind of sad. Thank you for the creeper and thank you for the Zesty Bestie Screen LA. I appreciate it. Whoa, wait, what? That glass is cool. Wait, why does this glass look so neat? Where are they? I still don't see them anywhere. Oh my God. Girl, this is crazy. I'm overstimulated. This is awful. Okay, they've all got to be somewhere. Oh, I see. Oh my God. Wait. No. Oh, this is awful. Oh, they're no. Oh, this is awful. Oh, I hate this. This is a prison. I hate this. What do you mean? What do you mean? And that's only some, so there's got to be millions more. Oh, this is so messed up. What's down the sludge room? I can't break the glass. I can't do anything here. I'm just an observer on this ride. And you guys think I treat my villagers terribly. God damn. What is this little room? Oh, nothing. This is just sludge, I guess. Okay. Hi, Mr. Gio. How are you? I'm actually shocked at this. It's like this is awful. This is what conservatives want, okay? I'm appalled. Davina, thank you for the heartbeat, by the way. Oh, this is insane. What did you do? I didn't do anything, I swear. I'm an observer. I just want to see where all the other ones are. There's got to be more, because that's only like 7 of them. You look at the follow. There's got to be more. Girl, this is crazy. Hello? I'm lagging. That's how crazy this build is. Oh, look. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is beautiful, though. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. My game is lagging like crazy. Guys, I cannot find a single Pokemon other than those few that we saw. Jeez, this is crazy. Angela, thank you for the follow too. I'm like actually kind of impressed but scared. You know what I mean? Let's go all the way up. Okay, this is as hard as I can go. Lori, thank you for the follow too. Hello. Oh, okay. Kind of weird. This is a lot. I still feel like there's got to be millions more Pokemon here, right? Whoa, wait, look at this. Like, I feel like we're missing some. Oh my God. Like, I feel maybe they only brought in the ones that they absolutely needed. Maybe in this wait, what's in this factory over there? There's so much stuff. Thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the follow. Oh, this is the abandoned power plant. Oh my God. I know. For oh, this is the Zapdos home. Okay. Hello? No one's here. We were just trying to get we needed a recipe for so we can make our food truck. We're just trying to make a cute little food truck. That's all we're trying to do. Oh my God, look, there's Corvisquire. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you all right, Empoleon? Oh my God, I feel so bad. It is Treasure Island. It really is. No Fortnite, no, not today. Empoleon looks stressed, literally. Okay, let's go back home. I'm stressed. I want to go back home. How do I go back? Get me out of here. No, I want to go home. How do I go home? Guys, how do I go home? Does anybody know how I can go home? Oh, there. Oh, do you see the button there that says go back home? You see that one there? Did you guys see that one? Yeah. That was insane. Hannah, thank you for the follow. Hi, Musaf, how are you? Yeah, that one. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take 2 seconds to go grab my food real quick. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Let's see if we can tap to 100K. And maybe we can start slaying our goals a little bit. Keep us going. Hi, Hannah Grace. I just need to go pee and grab my dinner because I'm starving. But you guys are eating. Actually, we're almost done with the goal on TikTok, which is kind of crazy. It's just purple that we've got to work on. So you guys are slaying. What do we do tonight? I have tuna sub. Classic. Be right back. 2 seconds. Guys, I'm gonna throw up. Guys, I'm going to throw up. I was peeing, but I looked on my phone. You're never gonna guess what I saw. Love on the Spectrum stars Abby and David break up after 5 years. I love Abby and David. I'm literally gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. I'm going to throw up. This is the worst. This is the worst news. Are you... What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I'm literally gonna throw up. This is awful. Literally on my Twitter, I was like, oh. I don't know why. It doesn't say why they broke up. I'm so sad though. And she loved him. Girl, she sang a whole song about him. And their love of animals. I'm gonna cry. Love isn't real. It's because she wanted to get married. Did he not propose to her? But he was unsure of marriage. Oh. No, I haven't watched the new season. That sucks. Damn. That stinks, y'all. She Loki wanted a ring. I feel like she wanted a ring the moment they met. I mean, I watched the first season. I watched the two of them together. They immediately wanted to get to, like, I could tell she was ready for a ring the moment they met for the first time. You know what I mean? Ballard, terrible time for you to come in and saying my McDick was too good. We are literally talking about two people on Love on the Spectrum who broke up, and you're coming in talking about a McDick? Get out. I'll sing for the finger hearts. Terrible timing. Terrible timing. Are you talking about Abby and David? Yes, we're talking about Abby and David. Chris, thank you for the follow. I'm literally gonna throw up. Read the room. We are in mourning. Read the goddamn room. Reading the room like Leah Michelle. Wait, I need to get Pokemetal here. Hi, Cap. How are you? I'm more upset that Connor isn't coming back. I also love Connor. I don't think... Did I watch the latest season? I can't remember if I did or not. No, girl. She gonna post the tea. If Abby does anything, she's gonna spill it all. Wait, really, George? No. That's terrible news to me. Okay, hopefully this is the right enough Pokemon. Logan is awesome. Yeah. I've already finished the show. I should leave and come back. The only thing I know is that I just know Abby and David very much so. The latest. Okay, I have not watched the latest season then. If it just came out, I have not watched the latest season yet. It's a great show. It really is a good show though. Okay, so guys, this is how it works. So I take this curved Eve and I select it, and we need how many do I? Oh my god, 10. Jesus. How many do we need though? That's the question. I'm doing good, Tiger Fire. How are you? How many did she use? Is it just 2? Okay, she just used 2. Girl, that's a lot. That's 20 Pokemetal. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, that's done. I am not. What even is that, Cap? I don't know what that is. Wait, what is that? I don't know what that is. T. Girl, okay, that's a lot of iron plating. Oh, girl, can we change the iron? Does it have to be? Wait, I'm so confused. So she did the top with iron plating, the entire top. Oh, wait, is that the thing where is that the show where they wanted to be like in a love? Is it like a trio or something? They're all in love or something? I think I saw a preview for it, or I saw like an ad for it where it's like the 3 of them hanging on a, I don't know, something. It's amazing. Ooh, I'll have to watch. The new season of Hacks comes out tonight. That's what I'm going to be watching tonight, I think. And obviously the pit. Okay, so she did that whole top there. So that's what? That's how many guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 12 probably. 12. Yeah, Hacks is out tonight. I have to watch The Boys too. The Boys' 2 new episodes are out too. There's so much happening TV-wise. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. I'm behind on The Boys. The new season the first 2 episodes of the new season just dropped yesterday. Jensen Eccles in my help house. It's always a good show. It's good. It's very intense. I'm halfway through Paradise season 2. I'm halfway through. I need to like actually finish it. The Pit is one of the best TV shows I think I've ever seen, actually. No, I don't watch Invincible. The Pit, I actually think it's one of the best shows I've seen, I think. Season 2 is not as good as season 1 though. I will say that much. I think season 1 was better than season 2. I think season 1 was better than season 2. That I will say. I loved it. I love the style of it because it's all one day, which I think is kind of interesting. Maybe tonight, I know. Final 2 episodes. This episode, and then there's one more, I think, after this one, right? Oh, I definitely did not make enough. Wait. Am I dumb? Can I not count? I know it's easy, right? We're almost done with the goal on TikTok. Okay, wait. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. I love medical shows, but I hate like Grey's Anatomy because I'm sorry. Grey's Anatomy is, I can't stand Grey's Anatomy. So like at first I was like, ew, the pit, no. But then I watched it and I was like, oh, not the ER, yeah. Okay, we need 4 more. Season 1 being overall great, yeah. I think too, I was so used to, I've been, wait, did I make, am I dumb? How many did I say I needed? Can somebody help me? How many did I need? Was it 8? Help. I'm dumb. I think you needed 8. I did. Guys, stop. Everyone stop, okay? Leave me alone. I've had a long day, okay? Leave me alone. Zachary, thank you for this SUS event. Yeah, ER is really good. He's gay, can't do math. It's true. Okay, now we should be good. Now we should be good. Damn. I'm starving. Sorry guys for that big bite there. I'm eating a tuna sub and I have no shame in that. Okay. And I have no shame in that. I will say this looks no different than the other colors here. Like it all looks exactly the same. Oh my God, I don't have PP. From Subway? No, from Wegmans. If you know, you know. If you're a Wegmans baddie, you know, you know. Jasmine, we're gonna be on a little later than 7 because I started late because I had a therapy appointment today. So we're gonna be on a little bit later today. Not crazy late, but a little bit later today. That's why we're doing some Pocopia, just for some chill vibes for the evening. Waggies, you guys know. Girl, I can't even see the difference now at this point. I have to like look this way. Okay. What's Wegmans? The best place in the universe. Oh, I hate Dr. Santos. Sorry to my Santos lovers. Okay, now that, oh shit, do I have skylights, guys? Please tell me I have skylights or I will throw up. Ah, what did she do? Hold on. I need to see what she did. Wait. She got rid of the back. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm confused. Did I do something wrong here? Or did she add these in front? Wait, what did she do? Hold on. Now I'm confused. 1, 2. Oh God, I can't tell. 1, 2, 3. Ours looks massive. I know. Why does ours look so big compared to hers? No, you lost it. No. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. What did she do here? I'm confused. Am I losing my mind? Help. Guys, help me. What am I doing? Also, not my malattention ASMR on the side of my to be viewed. Shut up. Let me see yours again. This is ours. Exposed. Like, I don't know if she put down or if she got rid of. I think maybe she got rid of this. Hold on. I'm wondering if she did. It's the same amount of, it's the right amount of blocks. I just feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Girl, where's the thing? Am I blind? Help me. There they are. It wouldn't fit unless it was this. Does that look right? I think that's it. I think that's what she did. And I just placed the thing wrong. Maybe. Okay, and then she did the back door. Pause. Hi, Annie, how are you? Anna, thank you for the heart me. Then she did the back door. And then on the front, 1, 2, and then 2. Wait, that doesn't look right to me now. Fuck, wait. 1, 2. No, it is right. Okay, no, we did it. 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 Guys, calm down. Guys, you all are stressing me out. Like, relax a little. Now, here's my question. How did she... Hold on, I spilled a little tuna juice on my controller. Shut up. I spilled a little tuna juice on my controller. Everybody calm down. Not the tuna juice. It's fine. I cleaned it off. Everybody relax. I don't know if I have skylights. I don't know if I have skylights, guys. I didn't lick it off. Stop. I wiped it off with my towel. Oh my God, please. Weirdos. Girl, if I don't have skylights, I'm gonna throw up. Oh, I do. Okay. I literally did not lick it up. What is wrong with you guys? Wait, is there anything else we need while we're here? Hold on. What else did she have? Skylights. Oh my God. Listen, Beth and Pester for the follows. Why did she, what happened here? She like flew to a different direction. Wait, why is she, what happened? I'm so confused. Okay, now we're back. Did she edit the video wrong or something? Must be she had like something must have happened to her video. I don't know what happened there. With tuna juice, I hate you guys. Oh, she was painting. Wait. Okay, so she did little wall mirrors and then windows, and she painted the windows. Okay, I see what she's doing. And then she threw paintballs at shit. I don't think I have surface lights. Okay. Here's my plan. This is going to be a lot. Hold on. I have a plan, everybody. Let me do my work here. Let me cook. Let a girl cook. Window. I don't know if I have the mirror. Do I have the mirror recipe? Ew. Uh-oh. Okay, there's no way I don't have the mirror, though. Like, there's gotta be... I feel like the mirror is such a thing that I would have. Maybe it's at the shop and I need to buy it. I have the large mirror, but I need like the hanging mirror. Here it is. Okay, now do I have enough to make paintballs? Girl, what color did she use for the paintballs though? Was it beige or white? What color did she use for the paintballs, guys? Probably white, right? I feel like white's gonna be the best looking. I'm gonna go with like 4 of these just to see. No, I know she's ordered, but she painted the windows, guys. Autumn, hi! She painted the windows, guys. She painted the windows. She painted the windows, y'all. Oh my God, I don't have enough cyan paint. Shit, how do I make cyan paint? Oh my God. And don't forget, we do have our daily goals on TikTok and Purple. We are kind of slaying them, but we got a little work to do. We got a little work to do. But I think we can do it. I have faith in us. I have faith in us, y'all. Autumn! Oh my God, sent 5. Wait, Autumn, did you send 5 super fans? Oh. Autumn, are you kidding me? Hello?
Oh, I'm asking, baby. Please, please.
Autumn just sent 5 super fans on TikTok, y'all.
Please, please, please. Don't bring
Oh, that's crazy. My ego's another. And we're like 4K coins away from our goal on TikTok, so thank you guys. This alien goal should get us close to finishing it out. And then we just have our purple goal. You guys are slaying. Okay, let me go up here. Hold on. Oh, I turned off the sound. I mean, thank you for this. Thank you guys for the gifties. I appreciate it. Okay, so. She did. Oh God, where did she put the wheels? Was it here? Oh wait, where did she put the wheels? Hold on. I mean, thank you for that. Oh my God, thank you. Okay, she put a wheel there and a wheel there. I'm not doing, girl, I'm out of PP again. I'm not gonna do the wheels the way that you guys think I should, okay? I just wanna let you know. I'm doing wooden wheels because I think they look prettier. Okay? And I think it looks a little more rustic, all right? I think it looks kind of cuter. This is significantly harder to follow Minecraft. Yes, it is for sure. I think this is the right hole. Yeah. But when it's done, guys, we're gonna have to do a million more of these. It's gonna look so cute. Oh, Autumn, I'm glad you're here. It's coming together. Okay, now, hi 64, how are you? Now, she put down these little mirror 1, mirror 2, and she took those paintballs and she did 1 and she did a 2. Oh, that's fun. I know, it's fun as shit, right? And then she did, where are the other, the windows? She did 2 windows, like so, like this. Guys, you guys can claim the, click the box, y'all. You can claim the super fans right now. They're claimable right now, y'all. Who's gonna get the first 5? Look at all you folks who got the super fan. Yay! I think it'd be fun if you could do that on Twitch too. You know what I mean? Like if you could gift out subs and people had to like click in for like a box of them. Wouldn't that be cute? I feel like that'd be cute to do. Guys, thank you for the heartme's too. I appreciate that. 1 here. Okay, I feel like something's missing because why does this not have like a... Like something feels weird to me here. Hold on. I need to see how she did the front windows. Oh, she just put more blocks underneath. I see. Okay. Yeah, I just have to fill the edge in. I just have to fill the edge in. That's all. I just have to fill the edge in. That's all. Oh God, girl. 1, 2, and then we do this window. Cozy, anything for the follow? Oh, okay, she's eating. Very natural. We're gonna change the color of it. Don't worry. It's not gonna be gray. It's not gonna be millennial gray, everybody. All right. Sorry to my millennial gray fans. Okay. Sorry to my millennial gray fans. But we will be changing the color. Okay. Okay, I'm a mom. All right. I think I'm gonna have to go with red. Oh, I forgot the skylights. Okay, wait. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Nightinator, hello! Welcome in, Raiders. Hi, baddies. One of my favorite TikTokers and streamers. Hello. Welcome in. How was your stream? Oh my gosh, if you're new here, hi, my name is Vinny or Zesty Bestie, and we are a variety content creator who plays a whole bunch. You know me, I know you, who play a whole bunch of different games from Fortnite to Minecraft. Tonight we're doing some Pokopia and building a little food truck for some fun and vibing and thriving. So let me play my little introduction to say hello. I'll tell you who I am. I am your Zesty Bestie, and this is...
It's Brittany, bitch.
So welcome on in. We're so happy to have you. You guys were playing marbles on stream. I hope it was wonderful. And thank you guys for being here. I'm glad you all are here. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome in. You're a melodic lover? I love that. Welcome, welcome. Yes, we're in our Pokemon era right now. I'm very much in our Pokemon era right now. So welcome, welcome. And we're happy to have you. We're building a food truck that's gonna be like a coffee hut. So, and just kind of vibing and thriving. Also, if you see the chat below me on purple, you will see also TikTok chat. TikTok say hi, because we also stream on TikTok. So welcome in. And thank you guys for being here. And thank y'all for being here. And if you have to raid and run, please feel free to. We're just happy to have you. Okay, I think I need to make paintballs, guys. I think we need the paintballs. I will say the back is kind of flat. The back is giving, she does not do squats. The back is giving no squatting whatsoever. Don't worry, it's gonna look fine when we add color to it, I think. Oh. Ethan, thank you for the heart me. And guys, thank you for the follows too. I appreciate it. Oh. Mike Wazowski. Okay. I wanted to do cyan to match Plusle, but I don't think we're gonna have enough cyan. So I think we need to do purple. Unfortunately. Oh, wait, I could do, wait, do I have enough? No. I was like, can I do aquamarine? No, I cannot. Yes, go Nightinator. Yes, do what you gotta do. Yes. Can you make a red square painting to give it taillights? That's a good idea. Wait, smart. I think we're gonna do red. Should we do red or should we do orange? Okay, that's what we're gonna work on crushing berries. I know, but the thing is, cyan is like, isn't that like a hard one to get though? She got hit by a bazooka. Oh my god, wait, isn't that a new emote in Fortnite? Isn't it? We're gonna be here for a little bit as this guy, yeah. At least for another hour. Purple? I don't think I have enough for purple. If you give the things to Smeargle uses less paint than the paint balloons, I just am lazy now at this point. Rossberry. I'm glad, Jasmine, you liked it. We're gonna go with red. It's fine. We're gonna go with red. Because that matches Minin. Or is it Plusle? I mean. Minin is blue, Plusle is red, I think. Roseberries. Okay, so let's hop out of this transformation. And guys, thank you for the follow. We're almost to 70 followers on TikTok today from the stream, so thank you for following. We are trying to slay our sub goals on purple and then our goal on TikTok as well, but you guys are eating it up, so thank you guys. I just get nervous that I'm not gonna hit the color right. Ooh. Ooh. Like I'm gonna accidentally paint something I don't want to paint. Hi, Laura, how are you? It definitely is. It's a sky. I think this game though has a little bit more to do than Animal Crossing and sometimes even Minecraft. Although we do play a lot of Minecraft here. Okay, I want to see what you did for the tutorial. Let's look. Okay. I think I'm doing everything right. Isn't it fun, Joey? Okay, so we did that. Okay, then she's like inside. We can worry about the inside after we get the outside done. I just want to see what she does. She adds a little coffee frame. That's cute. And she adds the lights there. My only thing is, guys, I feel like the back is so flat. Like, I feel like the back is giving, like... I mean, I guess it's still kind of cute. Yeah, maybe windows. That's a good idea. Put some... Yeah, we gotta, like, hide something. We gotta either hide it or do something, you know? Where are the... Where am I looking for these? Is this what she... Wait, I feel like this is not what she used. Did she use these or... Oh my god, I keep hitting the wrong thing. Oh, she used bridge planks. I didn't make those. Hold on, let me get bridge planks. Shrubbery. What did she use for tires? She used metal pipes. I think it's the metal pipes are a little much. A little gauche for me. I also don't love the front. I'm gonna be real. The front looks a little weird. But it's fine. Like, I feel like the front is like, hello, car. Yeah, hide the squareness. Meep. I like yours better. Yeah, I just feel like the front's a little weird. Add windows. Yeah, I think we need more windows. I think you're right. I think you guys are right. Let's do... Hold on. I have a plan. Oh, wait, no. I just want one. So this is gonna be Minin and Plusle. Minin and Plusle are gonna own this. I'm gonna like zhuzh it up a little bit, guys. All right. Yeah, I was thinking like a little serving window in the back, or even just like a little... I have an idea. I have like the concepts of a plan, so bear with me. Oh my god, we're gonna need more lumber. Shit. Ugh. Actually, I might have some in my... Hold on. Let me see what I actually have before I start like making crap that we don't need to make. Let's grab what we don't need so we don't need to make a bunch of crap. So we don't need to make a bunch of crap. I'm like looking through my stuff here real quick. Sibling runs small business, literally. What did she put inside? She put like an oven in there. Okay, we have the... Oh, what did I put away? Shit. What was that? Oh, these. Sorry, I'm just working through here what we have. Give me a moment here. Let's just work on this for right now. Let's just work on this for right now. Kodak, thank you for the heart meet. And Kenna, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Guys, we're so close to finishing our goal on TikTok. It's actually crazy. I'm gonna see if we can finish it. I believe in us. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. One, I'm thinking awning on the back. Possibly. with like, where's the skylights? And then, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Stick with me, everybody, stick with me. Stick with me. Do you see what I'm cooking with here? Do you see how I'm cooking a little bit here? Do you see how we're cooking a little bit here? Do you see what we're cooking with? You just had to have a little faith in me, guys. Just a little faith, okay? Just a little faith. All right? Just a little faith. Do I want to put... Yes, egg syrup. That sounds awful to me. That sounds like a nightmare. Mm. Sorry, guys. My tooth is sore for some reason. I don't know why. Justine, are you asking why I look like that? Like me as me right now? Or do you mean me as in the game? I'm currently disguised as Magnetron. And Candy, think of the follow. It's like an end game ability. The game. I was like, damn girl, roast me. Damn. Damn girl, roast me. Just think of the follow. Girl, where's the door? So it's an end game ability that lets you like fly up and down, move around a little bit. Okay, I feel like it might be kind of, I don't know. I think it works. Do we think it works? I kind of wonder if the wheel should be on the back. Like, I actually kind of wonder, hold on. I want to see what this looks like if I put the wheel. Let me cook for a second. Let me cook for a second. Can I put this? Oh, I wish I could put that flat against this. That'd be so slay. Damn. Would the door need something? I think so too. Yeah. See, no, that looks weirder. That looks weirder, I think, unfortunately. I think that does look weirder. Unfortunately, it does look weird. Thank you, Lily. Unfortunately, it does look weird. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. You know what I mean? Like, it could be worse. I feel like it's not bad though for like, the front is oh God, the front's really bad. I don't love the front. I kind of wonder if we get rid of, oh God, what is the thing? Wait, hold on. Oh, thank you, Lily. I'm looking up the RV camper look to see if see what that looks like. Because I want to maybe copy the front of the RV camper, maybe. I feel like maybe trying to do the RV camper style is going to look better than me trying to do it. You know what I mean? I feel like RV camper style is looking a little, you know, like rounded instead of flat. You know what I'm saying? Like a bus. Yes, like a little bus. No, I'm not in Pallet Town right now. So like getting rid of this, but the only thing is I'd have to move a wheel in. I think I need to extend this out though. So if I did the curve, guys, I would need to extend all of this out. So let me cook. Thank you, Serena. I mean, I'm following a tutorial, so like, it's not that good, but you know. Okay, so we go out like this. Bear with me for a second, guys. Just bear with me. Bear with me, everybody. Bear with me. I'm gonna run out of food here, I think, shortly. I know right now it's looking weird. Just trust me. Girl, can this go where I need it to go, please? Okay. Hi, Victoria. How are you? Yeah, I think more of an RV camper looks gonna look better than like a flat food truck. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna look better. I think it's gonna look better. And I actually have a better idea recipe-wise. Hold on. What'd you get done this stream? Girl, don't you ask me that. Girl. God, I don't know. Like this bottom feels weird to me here. I guess maybe if I hide use a bush or something to hide it a little bit so it's not so flat. Let me go down to the area down here. Hold on. Ash, thank you for the heart me. Guys, I do want to challenge us. I want to see if we can slay our goals on both platforms tonight. You think we can do it? You think we can rally together? Chris, thank you for the gifties. I appreciate it. Think we can rally together and do it, y'all? The court. That's what I'm thinking. I have an idea. Okay, let me go to building blocks here for a second. This is what I was thinking for the wall. God, I only have... Oh my God, I need more lumber. God damn it. Okay, I have 30 though. That might be fine. And then if we did... Just do some more paint balloons real quick. My day's been good. Thank you for asking. Do you get more rooms for your house like Animal Crossing? No, it's not. It's totally not like Animal Crossing at all. Very different games. I really don't think they're alike at all. Oh my God, I'm out of pee-pee. Hold on. I think the UI looks similar, but otherwise I think the games are two very different things. I really do. Okay, I'm possibly thinking about... What if we did... This is Magnetron, and you get it at the end game, Katie. It's an end game thing you get. The recipe for I found the recipe for the tires. Yeah, I think the white blocks made it look a little bland. These the painted ones? Where's the painted ones? Well, you know what, Naughty Pine? You're gonna have to live here with the... Instead of Naughty Pine, you're gonna have to live in an ambulance, okay? It's a fun. It's such a fun game. Let me. Like, do we do the curve here on this side too? Meek! Oh my gosh! Thank you for the sub. Helping us with our goal today. I have not a fruit farm fully. No, not an automated fruit farm. I'm trying to say what we want to do for the top. I don't know what to do for the top here, guys. I also think we could paint the, I can't decide on the back. The back is the thing I'm like, do we round it out like the front and add the curve thing? Or do we leave it how it is? I don't like this. This is what I don't like. I hate that. Hi, Emma. How are you? Thank you for the follow. Guys, thank you for the gifties, too. I really appreciate it. We are trying to complete our alien goal right now on TikTok. And then we have our sub goal on purple. We're almost halfway there, though. So thank you guys for the goals. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. I know I can just disguise it with, like, plants and stuff. But I'm also just like, I mean, I don't hate how it looks, I think. I don't know. It feels a little weird. I don't know. It feels a little weird, doesn't it? I don't want to scrap all the work we've did, though, because it's like, you know. I think we need to decorate. I think we just need to decorate a little bit, and then it'll feel better. You know what I mean? I think we just need to add, like, some decoration around it. I feel like it's just too plain right now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the skylights in the back, you think they look weird? That's fair. The only thing with me is the back without anything, it just looks like a cube. It looks like a little, it doesn't look like a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? That's the only issue with the back. Is that it doesn't have any like depth to it, you know? I could add more of the deck. Because it's supposed to be like a little, it's supposed to be a little car. It's honestly turning into more of just a hut than a car. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, this is just turning into a little hut than it is turning into a little car. Like, you know what I mean? Cause this game, yeah. I like how it looks better though. I think adding the lights in the front would look good too. That's what I want. I want it to feel like camper-ish. I also thought about adding the curved top on this too. Should I paint these? Should we paint these guys red? Should we paint these red? These things? Chris, thank you for the alien buddy. Should we paint these green red? Should we make them red? I think green is cute, but follow your heart. Red and green gives Christmas. That's the thing is I do. It does look a little Christmassy, doesn't it? John, leave it a follow. Let's see how it looks red and see what we feel. We can always change it. We can always change it if we hate it, right? We can always change it if we hate it. Kind of. Not really. Yeah, I think the red would be cute. Raindrops, thank you for the follow. It does kind of give fire truck though. Not in a bad way though. Let me paint this one. a lot of work. Where'd it go? Girl, where'd it go? Brittany, thank you for the follow. And Allison, thank you for the donuts. Guys, thank you so much. How close are we with the goal? Let's see. Where are we currently at? We are basically 3K coins away, guys. It's like 3 galaxies or just 3 whatever to hit our goal for the day on TikTok, which is so slay. And then purple, we're got a little bit to do, but I think we could do it. I do have faith in us. So thank you guys in advance. Okay. Kind of cute, kind of fun. I think we just need some detailing a little bit. You know what I mean? But I do think it's kind of coming together. Hi, Brittany. How are you? I don't know how I feel about the back yet. Wait, do we need to do something with the flooring in here? Probably, right? We probably need to do something with the flooring. Where's the oven? What should the flooring be, guys? I think I could paint the... Wait, I don't know. We can try it. We can try it, Nick. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. Should the flooring be not grass, or should we keep it grass? Planks? Should we do planks? Or should we do like... We could do planks. Hi, Lenny. How are you? Let me go make some planks. Yeah, like wood. I like that idea. And I'm gonna get some black paint too and see what that looks like. The grass is whimsy. I do wonder if planks would look cuter though, because it's like little wood. I don't know. Because you want to feel like you're entering into it a little bit, I guess. Watch me not have what I need. I want these. Ugh, I don't have enough lumber. I'm gonna throw up. Do I have any in here? That's what I want, and that too. What is it you're building? We are building a little food truck, possibly. That broth, the only issue with that is that you'll still see underneath. We can try it and see what it looks like, but I think we'll still see underneath. Guys, we're halfway with the alien goal on TikTok, by the way, so thank you so much. And we're almost to 80 we're 4 followers away from 80 followers. So thank you so much. I actually like this storage better than Animal Crossing. That's my hot take tea. That's my hot take tea. Okay, I want to see what this looks like. Thank you for the follow, Andrew. I appreciate it. We're now just 3 followers away from 80. Okay, wait. I want to put this down just to see. We're going to try... I can't paint these. I can't paint these! Okay, so it is that color. Girl, can I not scoop you up? They're unpaintable. They are cute, though, aren't they? That's okay. That's okay. That's all right. It's all right, everybody. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to put these down if I wanted to. Yeah, I think the top needs a little work, you know. Everyone stay calm. But I was thinking, where's the wood? This wood. It's kind of hard to see. Ugh. I'm out of PP. Oh my God, I need more food. Meep. Meep. Ooh, wait, I have an idea for that, Nick. You gave me an idea. I could also have it just be like it's on a little plank floor. Like outside, you know what I mean? But let's continue the inside here. I know I had, what was it looking for here? counter. Oh wait, I don't want to put. The logs are cute though. I do like the logs. Yeah.